on and cover his
You
face.
just have multiple outfits, like one thing per character.
First of all, the Prince of Chicago has impossibly longer hair than I do, first of all. And they're not meeting the Prince. Not for a long fucking time. They meet the Prince and they're fucked and dead. Or, yeah. like you're just there. He's just gonna carry out the death punishment, or nothing.
So what you're saying is we need to buy you a wig.
I just need to grow my hair back and then like slick it back because that's how it is for him. It's slick back hair.
So a wig and some palm olive.
Right. There you go.
You want me to do it? Because like,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it.
Oh man, I haven't had a ponytail in so long.
I know.
God,
it's probably a good thing.
It was upsetting when I cut it, but it was liberating because I was like, God, I don't have all that weight on my head, and I'm so much cooler in the summer. I'm never cool, but you know, less hot. I'm definitely less hot. I can pull off less hot. That works.
All right.
We'll just make Mathas wear his magical girl outfit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And you need glitter. You need some
Sailor Moon outfit. No
glitter,
problem.
face makeup stuff, because you gotta represent them sparkling vampires.
Sparkles. Okay. Shall we get into the fucking game and play?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's just play the game. All right.
So we're walking into the club. So 3 vampires walk into a club.
3 vampires walk into a club. One of them dies. The end. So you guys are, like I said, you were walking towards it. I was explaining how it's very overwhelming for your senses. That blah blah blah. And I had you make perception checks.
Oh, what did I roll?
3 of you. Wits plus composure.
I rolled a 2 and you guys rolled a 1 each.
Okay. So yeah, the 3 of you succeed. So as you're approaching the club, you're still maybe like a block out. No, you know what? You're a few buildings away. You're not far. And you kind of get the sensation that someone's watching. You're not entirely sure. You're looking around, but there's so many people around that picking out any one particular person, but you have like the hairs in the back of your neck start to stand up. Something is just telling you, whether it be supernaturally or maybe just your city sense, whatever you want to call it. You feel like their eyes burrowing holes in the back of your head. You feel like you're being watched.
This is only her, or is this all of us?
It more so for Amelia. Like the other 2, like it feels uneasy. Like you're like, we're definitely being watched. But
Good 0. Nika's like, let me see what my role would be.
We'll get to Caligari here in a minute.
I'm gonna lean over to Jimmy and be like, "Yo, you said you can get her in?"
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go for a walk. And I'm just gonna kind of like, give that look, that look.
I don't know what that means.
What?
I'm gonna give that look, like I'm gonna go for a walk.
That
Jimmy just stares at you. He's like, what?
And I walk off.
Okay. I guess it's Jimmy and the little girl.
We'll get to that. We'll get to you in a second. We're gonna cut over really quickly to Caligari. Caligari. So they went wandering off into the main streets and heading towards the club, while you went off and did your own thing, heading into what I assume were the alley. You're looking for an alleyway and stuff. What are you looking to do specifically?
I'm looking for any of the vermin denizens, if they're
rats of some type, or pigeons, possums.
Any kind of thing like that. Even a cat, but they're less reliable. So probably just looking for my rats right now.
Okay, I believe you're just looking for animals right now. You're looking specifically for them. I would say it's gonna be a wits plus animal ken roll.
All right, wits plus animal ken. How do you use a merit? Can I use a merit?
What merit are you looking to use? Because it should just
allies vermin.
Well, I thought so. Don't you have like a pocket rat for your ally? Like a pocket rat, as like you had picked up allies vermin.
Probably.
So I think
allies
we said that
is
like
the broad spectrum one, like
right.
I'll think about
lots of different vermin of and how to find them.
We'll say you could throw in like an extra die into that. Then the extra die. We'll say screw it. We'll throw in an extra die.
So how do I do that then? So if I wits plus animal ken, and then I roll the dice, and it says modifiers, and there isn't one.
Can I add modifiers? Wits plus animal can.
How do I get to
he just simply tells you if you have a modifier. So like,
you're just adding.
if it's more
+1.
difficult, to give you a minus.
I'll
If there's
do-
a reason why you'd succeed, give you a
I'll
plus.
just add a resolve because it has the same amount of
Dice.
point. Yeah, so that's
Got
fine. Wits. Oh wait, wits plus. Fuck. I'm messing
Animal
up.
can. Animal can. It's under.
Animal. Yeah, but it's getting rid of my extra resolve. What about this? There we go. I can get animalism. All right. Sorry, we're learning.
Yeah, the character sheets kind of just figure it out.
That's not
So 3
terrible.
successes. No, that's perfectly fine. So you're scouring the alleyways, and it doesn't actually take you very long as you tons of dumpsters. It's it's early in the weekend night clubbing. There's a lot of trash everywhere, and it makes perfect little nesting grounds for rats to come out looking for food. And you very quickly find a rat, just kind of scrounging around in the garbage near one
What's
of the
up, buddy?
garbage bins. Are you looking to communicate with this animal in some way?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that is going to be animalism. I just got to figure out specific.
Okay, I have one animalism and then animal can. Like
Yeah, I was
everything
gonna.
I do is just like politics and rats. Like it's just
Which is, I mean, if you think about it, it's
All I
kind of
hear
two
is
sides of the
rats.
same coin, right? Exactly.
they don't call it a rat race for nothing, girls.
Okay, so you
So-
you have one dot in it. So right now you're looking at feral whispers, essentially. So that your dice pool for that is going to be manipulation plus animal ken plus animalism. Those are the amount of dice you're going to roll.
Manipulation, animal
Mhm.
ken plus animalism.
Yep.
All right.
So-
All right. This is exciting. This is such a cute little system. Okay. And it's the sheet roll. Manipulation, animal can, animalism. Pow.
Mm-hmm.
Submit. Mother
So you see a rat, and
7.
you go up to it. As it's scrounging around, you kind of like reach out your hand. And you're like doing like little like squeaky noise, like trying to get its attention, and it pays you no heed. It completely ignores you, and kind of goes about doing its own thing.
I punch it in its fucking rat face. Roll initiative, rat.
Out of fury, if you actually are throwing a punch at this thing, we'll say it's too busy eating food. You hit it. You punch a rat and it dies. Very simple.
Okay. Well, that's what you fucking get. I am an ally of vermin, all right, mother bitches. Like, respect.
Eat the rat.
I will eat the rat. No,
You
I'm
could
gonna
eat
tuck
the
it.
rat.
I'm gonna tuck it into my shirt, like right between my sad, sorry boobs. Just like a small, bloody tail coming out.
Wait, is it dead or alive?
It's dead.
You
It's
killed
dead.
it
She
and
killed
then
it.
put it in there. Okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you like knocked
It
it
is-
out and you were putting it in there for a surprise later on, or.
I mean, it's a surprise either way, isn't it?
Okay.
All right. So I'm not gonna eat it yet, but if I ever get peckish, I either have that. I hope that doesn't take a hit to my allyship, but I am a cruel dictator.
No, it's cool. Listen, every
No,
once in a
yeah.
while we all crave, some Taco Bell in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but like
And-
7 dice. 7 dice and 0 successes?
That
I
is
know. It's
I
the
mean, no,
struggle.
Bullshit.
Did you see how I rolled 9?
I rolled 13 dice
Nika,
and
I
had 0
rolled
successes.
9 and I
It's
didn't
just-
get any successes.
happens.
I know, this is, and so like this rat is the problem. It's the rat that was the asshole.
Oh, I
not-
see. So it wasn't your
Yeah.
rolling. It was clearly the rat.
Yeah.
No, I feel
I-
you. I got you.
Rat's
I
dead.
took care of that bastard.
Yeah. So,
All right, so
what do
I
you want to do
punched
now?
a rat and it crushed its skull. Now it's in my tit.
Correct.
Oh God.
What do you want to do next?
I would like to. I said it before, but like case the joint. So like look around. I want to look for air ducts in. I want to look for sewers down below. I want to know exactly where the doors are that get in and out from the darker alleyways.
Okay. That I am going to say is going to be like a wits plus investigation to really pick out
Sure.
the little back alleys, like back high windows or what have you.
Get rid of. Okay. Do I have to like seriously unclick every time? 'Cause that's a little annoying. All right. Investigation plus wits.
Correct.
All right. Come on. Not a 0.
Hey,
I got a 1
one.
out of 6.
So you take your time. You're looking around the building. You're keeping an eye out for little back alleys or, like you said, little windows or air vents or
More rats.
ducts. or more rats, as it would be. But
Server?
you can definitely find some more rats. We'll get to that later. But you do find like a back door that is, take a quick glance at the handle. It's locked. That probably leads you to take a guess to the kitchen of this place, if there even is a kitchen. I don't go to clubs. Is there kitchens in clubs?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
serve food.
This one does.
Serve
This
food.
has a back room at the very least, to a back room of some type. It looks like
I like how
the building.
Mathas is like, are there kitchens and clubs?
Listen, that is just how often I go to clubs, aka
This is great.
never.
You know Mathas at a club. This is Mathas at a club.
Yeah, that's I like this is it.
Oh
the
my
building
gosh, I
itself
want to get
is-
Mathas at a club now.
Oh God, no,
Yeah,
you
let's-
don't.
No, you don't. No, Maggie.
No, you
You
don't.
don't. No,
I
Maggie.
do.
Maggie. It's not
I
like
do.
it's like, oh, he's so nerdy, it's cute. He's
No,
so
you-
nerdy, it's painful. Like it hurts. It hurts.
Oh my
That's
God.
so great, though.
Yeah,
Yes, it's great for us, but we love Mathis. We can't make him hate himself that much. Well, I can, but you shouldn't, because it's my fun.
He's perfect and beautiful, as are we all. So
Yeah.
I'm in
Thank
the joint. I'm looking.
So yeah, you notice the
my
building
time.
itself is 3 stories tall. Plenty of windows that if you could get to, you can climb into. And as far as like air ducts, yeah, there's definitely ventilation systems. Probably most easily accessed on the rooftop. The big metal duct things that you could climb into. And if you wanted to, it would take some time, however. But the tunnel network, it's called it's called the Undercity in Chicago. There's probably some ways to get in through the sewers as well. But there are options. You have plenty of options to case the joint. Let's say your character does that for a little
Quite a
while
while.
here.
I would say move back onto them, and
Yep.
then I'll figure out.
I'll cut over to Scott. Varys, you said you're going for a walk. What is your plan?
I wanted to fade into the shadows. The ability is called Cloak of Night, and it's to turn myself invisible so that I can see who's watching us.
Okay.
So, right, I'm just making sure that I actually know this right. Success, the character vanishes from sight. Mortal witnesses reconstruct the scene in their memory to justify the character's disappearance. But it's one of those things where my character's still kind of new at these abilities. So he does a thing where he kind of like walks around the corner down a back alley and then walks back out almost immediately afterwards. So what I will be rolling is intelligence plus stealth plus obfuscate. And going back over to my character sheet, I got to click int plus unclick wits. Plus stealth. Where are you? Stealth. Plus obfuscate. And roll it. No modifiers.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes.
So you successfully basically make yourself quote unquote invisible, which again, as we described with the sword, it's not that you're invisible, it's that people who look at you don't realize you're there. They forget you're there instantaneously. So you go ahead and go invisible. Where do you plan on going now that you've kind of backed into an alleyway? You've cast this ability. Did that cost anything, blood vitae wise?
Nope.
No, that's no 0. Okay, cool.
It does not. Nope.
So now you are like you said, invisible to the naked eye. What do you plan to do here? That was uncontested. You did it away where nobody saw you. So you're good.
So when I kind of step into the shadows, so it makes it so, because again, I'm still kind of learning what this is. I don't fully understand how it works or whatever. So I step back out of the shadows and I start looking around, intentionally looking around for somebody that might have their eyes on Emmy.
Okay. Wits plus composure check again.
Muchos gracias. Wits and composure. No, I don't unclick wits. Thank you.
Wits plus composure. I can bump the difficulty on that.
You could just give me a penalty.
Yeah, I forget this rule system is way more fluid than like D&D.
I think you just give
what
them
it's supposed to be is-
-1 or -2 or whatever you want your difficulty to
Yeah,
be.
yep. All right, I'm gonna give you a -1 to that.
Yeah, that'd be if they could have cover or something like that. If they're actually using like a stealth check, it'd be kind of like an opposed roll.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
who has greater successes. But okay,
So
so -1, yes, sir. And my roll gives me
Exceptional success.
Fuck yes! So good, so good,
And
so good.
You come out from whatever alleyway you decided to cast your ability on, and the first thing you do is you cast your gaze over to Jimmy and Emmy to make sure that they're there. You know where they are, so you know where like people would be looking. They seem to be making their way up to and cutting past the line, as it were. There's a big line to try and get into this club. Jimmy seems to not give a shit. and seems to be walking with Emmy beyond that. Now you know where they are. You kind of look around. You've got your eyes open. You're trying to use these new enhanced senses, still trying to tune out all the noise. It's still so loud to you that you're not used to. But something does catch your eye. Across the street, opposing building, a little bit of a rundown place. Isn't a restaurant. Doesn't seem to be a club of any sort. In the doorway, a man, some sort of silhouette, definitely male, seems to be looking in the direction of the two that are walking in. He keeps gaze on them for a few moments before he turns, walks into the building, and shuts the door.
From my looking at him, would I be able to tell if he himself is a vampire because of the whole we see each other and our feathers naturally ruffle ability thing?
You can assume he's probably of vampiric origin, quote unquote, just because of the sensation you got prior of being watched and feeling off.
Gotcha. So I assume that he is supernatural of one degree or another, and he does
Correct.
not match the picture of the dude on myself of the 4 or 5 on my cell phone.
That guy.
Okay.
That guy did not look built like this guy did. This guy looked
Okay.
like he was in shape, very good shape. And then he, like I said, he turned and then he walked in and shut the door behind him.
Okay. That building, is there anything I can see about that building or no?
It is incredibly nondescript. It's 2 floors.
Yep.
Door in the front, and there's like a couple steps that lead up to the door. Door opens. But outside of that, it is just kind of a brick building with windows and a door. Maybe
Can I see the number on the building?
If you walk a few steps, you can head across. You can get past the people who are blocking your view, and the building number itself says 142.
142. What's the name of the street I'm on?
The name of the street you're on. Shit, I'm gonna get you the name of the street. I forgot it off the top of my head.
Yep.
It is down by DePaul University. There's no street names here, so we'll say it's by Lakeshore Drive.
Lakeshore Drive?
Lakeshore
Okay,
Drive.
Google. 142 Lakeshore Drive, Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to check out Zillow and other shit like that and see what I can find out about this place. Maybe there's interior pictures, if it's an apartment building,
Gotcha.
a business, whatever I can.
You go do that, and as you're talking, the camera kind of like blur and pans across the street back to Jimmy and Emmy, who are making their way. I'm assuming, I made an assumption, I apologize, but I assume Jimmy would not stand
Emmy,
in line.
How tall are you, Jimmy?
Like 6'1".
Okay. Emmy
Kind of a big
grabs
guy.
your leg, like grabs your pant leg, and like, are you wearing pants or shorts or?
I'm definitely wearing pants.
Okay.
Baggy
She kind of
jeans.
grabs your pants and like pulls a little, like tugs a little, and then she's like kind of grossed out because your pants are kind of gross, and then she's like, are you sure you're gonna be able to get me in?
Yeah.
I don't have a good feeling about this.
No, we're good.
She kind of like,
No, just trust me, seriously.
she's just looking around a little anxious because she's feeling like, you know, these weird tingly feelings like somebody's watching her.
Trust me, it's fine. I can see my guy Ricky is working. He will let us in. This is fine.
All right. So you, like I said, you kind of ignore the line, and you can hear them, and Emmy, you can hear them as well. Like they're mostly, it's mostly women, but there's a couple guys in line as well. Seem to be saying like under their breath, like, what are they really think they can just cut the line? Hey, what are you doing? And like, you keep walking past them as they're like, "Well, you can't cut the line. You see this guy? I'm putting this up on Instagram. Fuck this guy."
throw a
And they
rat
start
at
taking pic. A rat comes out
no.
from failing.
I'm just kidding, but it would be really funny.
And phones come out and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna Snapchat this. Like, can
Oh,
you believe this
shit.
garbage?" And whatever. But
They can't take pictures of us.
and it's not a big deal because I'm pretty sure vampires still show up in pictures in this game. I'm
No,
pretty sure.
they don't.
They
It's
don't?
one of
They
the
just
things.
show
I
up
looked
all
it up.
weird
I
and
looked it
blurred.
up. I
They
looked
show
it up.
weird
Yeah.
and blurry.
It's not.
That's
It's
fine.
it's
The
not a myth.
pictures
It's
don't
true.
turn out right.
Gotcha. Doesn't come out right. No
Yeah,
problem.
we look all
it's not
disfigured
like-
and shit.
Yeah, it's not like supernaturally weird. It's just like, oh, I didn't get a good angle. Or
yeah,
like,
bad focus or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So they're bitching, but you ignore them, and maybe Emmy, you turn back like, "Oh, this is not good." But Jimmy doesn't seem to give a crap. And eventually, you walk up to this big bald bouncer. He's wearing a black shirt and jeans, and he's just sitting up there, and he's got his arms crossed. And there's somebody next to him with like a typical like a clipboard and looking, list or writing names down. Doesn't seem to care. Doesn't pay attention to you. But the big guy looks to you. Is like, "Hey, Jimmy, I wasn't expecting you here tonight."
Nah, it came to me like I needed it, you know.
Needed it. I got you.
Besides, I got a friend in town. I gesture to Emmy, like, and I just want to show her around some of the best places.
He looks down and like raises an eyebrow. You want to show her where the best places are?
Yeah. I like to lean in a little bit. Like, come on, man, don't make this weird. She's got like a condition, you know. It's like a gland thing.
Oh man, he seems to like. And we're gonna have you roll a. Do I want to make?
Emmy wants to act this up. As soon as he brings that up, she's like, "I see where you're going," and she kind of looks up at Jimmy, gives him a smile, and then she like looks down and she's like,
smile.
She kind of acts like, "Yeah, I have a condition."
Gotcha.
I don't have the
All
stuffed
right.
animal at this point. That'd be weird.
Okay. So, we'll say a manipulation plus and subterfuge because you're lying, but we'll give you a +1 because she's playing into it and she's very persuasive.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Manipulation, subterfuge,
And a +1. She's playing it up.
Hey,
There you go. That's
got
all you
one
need is one
success.
success. That's all that matters. So he seems like he's like, come on, man. Like, yeah, I could get in trouble, but
And I lean in and I'm just like, come on, we've known each other for a long time. And I make like I'm fist bumping him and I slip a 20 into his palm.
and with that bump, and he kind of takes a 20 and he thinks about it for a second. Then you see him pocket the 20, steps out of the way, and he's like, all right, go in. Just don't make a scene or anything. All right.
And so I immediately flip the bird to the line of people and go in.
And they're like, what the fuck? Dude, this is not fair. Blah, 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 blah. And you head into the club, no problem. With Emmy clutching your leg on your side, as it were. And Emmy, specifically when you walk in, and again, more so for you, again, Jimmy's kind of been through this. When you walk into the club, you thought the outside was an assault on your senses. I'm hearing echo. Yeah. I'm hearing echo really bad now. It's coming from Maggie, I think.
Sorry.
Let's see. That's all good. We'll close that. So you thought it was an assault in the senses the first time around when you're outside. Once you get into the club where the music is blaring and there are strobing lights everywhere, and the smells, like you thought you smelled people before. This is like tin can of just people packed together, grinding up on each other, dancing, completely drunk, some on maybe other substances that are not necessarily alcohol. You don't know. You're too young to know. Jimmy knows. And it's overwhelming for you, Emmy. Jimmy, again, not so bad, but you almost take a step forward, Jimmy, and Emmy almost doesn't move for a second as it just hits her. And now it takes a minute, and okay, you can get through, but there's so much happening in the club. And it's very, very off-putting for you. While you're entering the club, and as Emmy's kind of taking care of it, we'll cut to Anika Caligari. What are you doing? You've cased the joint. You killed a rat. What is your plan? What's Caligari's plan next? Is she waiting to hear from the others? Is she gonna try and get into the club on her own?
She's gonna... Yeah. I'm thinking air ducts. So I'm thinking get up to the roof and then slide around and down and in and...
Gotcha. So find like a fire escape on the side of the building or something that you can get to and climb to the top of. That's no problem. You can easily find a fire escape that has like a dangling ladder that you can climb up and make it your way up. And while you're it's a decent height up as a vampire, it's not that bad of a jump, and you can easily grab onto it and start clambering your way up into the vents up there. It's going to be a tight fit, but you can definitely get in to one of the vents and climb your way into probably what's the third floor. Now, again, you don't know what's up there, and you're kind of going in blind a little bit. So just do you plan on trying to stay stealthy when heading in and trying to stay quiet? Or do you just not care and kind of just want to climb in and just fuck it and just be going in?
I don't care that much.
Okay.
The amount of time it would take to identify, extricate, and otherwise figure out what is going on is much longer than I think I will need.
Okay. So you're just going to climb on in, no problem. So you fit I'm not even going to have you roll. It's something you can easily squeeze your way into. And you kind of clamber around, and I am going to make a roll myself here as you start clambering in.
Can we see it, or is it behind the DM screen?
I don't know. I don't know how to change that.
I mean, I know how to do it in most games, but I'm not sure how to do it with that character sheet. Are you doing like if you're just doing if you're just doing D10 rolls and just doing it in your head, /GM roll space whatever you're rolling.
Okay.
That way we don't see it.
GM roll.
Yep.
Space. Okay.
And we'll get you a super easy macro for next session.
Yeah. That'll work. Okay. So you're clambering in and you're making your way through, and eventually you come to a point where there's like it gets to a bit of a tighter squeeze, but there's that grate up against the wall you typically see that you can pop open, like push your way out. But as you're making your way in, when you're getting close, I want you to make me a wits plus composure check.
Oh no. Oh, this is a bad idea.
It's a really bad idea.
Okay. Hey!
Cool.
Nice.
So you can see the light, you can feel the breeze coming up to the grate of whatever room you're coming up to. And as you're getting close, you can actually hear over the low humming fans of the cooling system and the ventilation system what sounds to be a door open, some footsteps, which sound like they're coming towards you, not away from you, and then the door close.
Can I see through that grate at all?
Not yet. You're still a little too far away to see through it. You can see, like, there's a room there. You can see some light, but not down at a down enough angle where you can see who came through the door. You can't even see the door. You just see a wall.
Okay, so I see a wall.
Mm-hmm.
How close am I to this grate?
You're probably good 4 feet.
Do I hear like the thum thum thum? This is an office.
You can still hear 3-4 floors below the low rumble of the music.
So I'm nowhere near down there yet.
No, you're from what you can tell is you're still probably at the top floor. You didn't travel very far before you got to here, and this is where it ended up going. However, now that you've put those pieces together, you could back out and still try and clamber out elsewhere. But you did hear footsteps into that head that went into that room. How many footsteps? You're not sure. There's too much ambient noise with the fan and the thumping of the music.
That doesn't bug me too much. Because, like, I mean, even if they find a way to unscrew the vent, what are they going to see?
Right.
A face of horror who now clambers back up. Like, I'm in a safe, good spot right now. I need to find another way down or something to infiltrate for me. See, the problem with rats is that they're
you have a dead one.
Well, yes. That's not the problem, actually. That was the solution.
Sure.
But I mean, I could clear out the entire club by throwing dead rats in it. But that wouldn't exactly help.
No, probably not.
Okay.
Do you want a minute to think?
Yes, please.
That's fine. We'll cut back to Scott in the process. So you Google it, and you're waiting for it to pop up, but eventually it pops up and shows you the address. It does not seem like this at any point was any restaurant or club or store. At best, you can tell it's an apartment building. Okay. And obviously it doesn't tell you the residence or whatnot, but you do know that it was not at any point any sort of commercial place.
Any apartments for rent or anything like that?
Nope, nothing vacant.
That makes things a little bit more difficult. All right. I'm super curious about this person. How long did I spend searching Google to find that out?
It took you, like a minute?
Okay. Looking around, this is an old Chicago building. Chicago.
Chicago.
Is there a fire escape or anything that goes, like, what time of year is it?
We're saying it's bordering up, heading into like summer vacation for college students.
Oh, perfect. Are there any fire escapes leading up to an open window?
There are fire escapes leading up to a window. It is not open.
There's got to be an open window somewhere. If it's nice weather and you can actually get good air to clean out your stinky apartment, I'm gonna see if I can make myself up a fire escape, maintaining my invisibility. I'm gonna make my way up a fire escape and see if I can try to find a window that's either open or easily opened.
Okay. So you actually take a quick swoop around the building looking for open windows, and peculiarly, there is no open window. There is nothing that is open, letting breeze in whatsoever. So is your next plan to try and interact with windows?
That actually strikes me as strange that nothing is open.
No.
These windows are still like see-through. There's not like, this doesn't look like Spike's car driving into Sunnyvale or whatever.
What?
All the black paint all over the car to make sure
A couple of the windows have bars on them for safety, but more the lower level ones, not the higher level ones.
Sunnydale? I can't remember the name of it. Sunnydale? Is it Sunnydale? I don't know. That Buffy lore. Okay, so it doesn't look like that at all. So and you said none of them were easily opened, right?
I believe the way your power works, once you interact with something physically, doesn't it break your invisibility?
No. How else would I be able to open doors and go in them and stuff?
You wouldn't.
Right.
You'd have to follow people, shadow people, go into the doors and whatnot. I will double check that rule because I thought that's how it worked, but that might have been how it worked in an older rule system and not in this one.
Unless he does something to draw attention, launch an attack, smashing a window, shouting a warning, in which case the cloak drops.
So it's like aggressive actions.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 3.5 invisibility as opposed to 5th edition invisibility, which drops when you fart or something.
Gotcha.
You can actually make your way to. So I try to find. There's no windows that are easily opened.
No, they all seem locked.
Okay. I actually do have larceny. Any of these windows, older windows, like 1970s
for sure. This
earlier?
This building in general is definitely an older building. Seems to not have been touched or renovated very much at all. Definitely in the 70s, 80s time frame of building, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna whip out my cell phone and shoot a text message to Jimmy. Okay. Actually, I don't know if I have his number. I'll shoot it to.
We can assume that you guys traded numbers. You said, "How are we going to contact each other?" You said text. So
yeah, I guess I have him as a save contact because he's a cool guy. And so I just send the address to him.
You're not a narc at all.
I just send the address to him and then like a thumbs up emoji, and I'm going to bust out a pocket knife, a Swiss Army knife, and I'm going to try to open up one of the windows, pick one of the windows that's older.
Okay. So that is a larceny, correct? And I would assume it's like a dexterity plus larceny.
Sure.
Trying to think what else it would be.
You're the boss. Dexterity plus larceny makes sense to me. Am I taking any penalties because I'm using a Swiss Army knife on an old window?
Oh, you're just using a Swiss Army knife as well. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what kind of lock picks are designed for opening old windows, but it's I imagine the gap. I mean, I can try to use a credit card, but I don't know if I have credit cards anymore.
Were you looking at? And I saw Nika make a face. You good, Nika? You got something you want to say? Feel free. Go ahead.
It wouldn't be helpful.
I
I know a lot about old windows.
Oh, there you go.
Hit me with that old window knowledge, fam.
It depends on how old. If it's like 1920s, you can cut the rope and lift it, but
yes, but they actually oftentimes have a latch on the very top.
Yeah.
No, on the inside.
On the inside, yeah.
So even if you cut them, they might not open because there's literally
There's like a little, it's like a hook.
Hence the Swiss Army knife.
Oh, he's
on
gonna
the
slide
inside?
it.
No,
slide
I
it.
know what he's doing. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is dexterity plus
That is
larceny.
super not a thing, but okay.
I was right. It's
It's like on the inside
Old
is
window.
what she's saying. It's
I completely understand the
unit.
mechanic. My IRL house is built in 1840. I get old windows.
Your windows are slightly different than mine then. So I'm going to give you benefit of the doubt that yours are actually something that could be fidgeted with. But the ones that I know are right secure on the inside.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about damaging the wood or anything like that.
I believe in you.
Because it was like the 70s when we started using aluminum instead of wood for like the windows or whatever. So I'm going to try it. I will take my.
So the way lockpicking works, by the way, so you understand, is you need to equal up to a certain amount of successes determined by me. So it's going to take probably multiple turns.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Fidgeting. Okay.
Of fidgeting.
And I chose random window on floor that you felt I thought was.
It's only a
easy.
2-story building, like I said, and
Okay.
it was the second floor.
Okay, so second floor. I'm going to roll and let's see what happens. No penalties because it's just a bit matter of successes.
No, it's just dexterity plus larceny plus equipment, and you're not getting any bonuses for using your equipment. Okay, so you have 3 successes, and you make progress essentially is what that's going to be, and that's
Start wiggling it.
So it's GM roll, right?
Yep. And I switched out of GM format, so I can't see your roll this time.
Oh, you saw my roll last time?
Yeah, I was like, I left.
It's totally fine. All right. Okay. So you make progress, and you don't notice anybody. You actually can look into the window, actually, and within the window is a dead, empty room, peeling white, nasty wallpaper that is yellowed over the years, with just a single couch pressed up against one of the walls. The rug is miscolored. Things have been spilled on it. It looks like if you could get in there, you can almost smell it from here through the window. Like, this room does not look like it's well kept, nor does it look like it's a place people spend time. This couch is straight out of the time era this building is from, the 70s. It is nasty. So you fidget with it. Feel free to make another roll. Yeah.
Just imagining shag carpeting again.
Yep, it is shag carpeting.
Hey,
Like,
it's
everything
a
is
comeback.
like the original colors of M&Ms, which had like just light tan, dark brown, orange, red, and you're just avocado. For
Yeah.
flavor.
Oh yeah, totally. Maybe that like olivey yellow.
Yeah,
Scott, give me-
yeah. Like, just, man.
Give me
They
another roll,
really
Scott.
liked awful.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking her to roll.
No,
My
give
apologies.
me another roll.
I'm so
That's it.
sorry. I'm rolling right now. I'm so sorry. One more. So 4
Just talked
successes
about
total.
how-
4 successes so far.
Yeah.
Make very little progress on it so far. We'll have you roll. We'll have you go one more roll here in a second.
Okay. You let me know when.
All right. I want you to make another roll, and I want you to make a wits plus composure roll after that.
Absolutely. But that doesn't bode well.
3 successes.
Wow.
You are
Jesus.
still fiddling with it. You're
Oh my
still
God!
not there.
The 7 successes still fiddling.
I
You
know,
said
I'm
wits.
aware. And,
shit,
wits
I
plus
just made myself
composure.
Less wise. Wits plus composure, undo, composure.
I had shag carpeting one of my old homes as well, Nika. It was nasty. It was so gross.
Shag is having a comeback. I don't like it, but it's becoming popular again.
No. There's
I don't like it.
ugh.
So, Scott, you're fiddling with this thing, and you're definitely like, you keep nicking like the little lock, and you're like barely you're moving it. It's taking time. And you know you're making a little bit of noise, but you don't know how much noise you're really making. It's not a lot. But as you're fiddling with it, out of the corner of your eye, when you look up through the door in the hallway, you can see a shadow of somebody. Like, looks like they're heading up the stairs or something. It looks like they're elevating and moving, maybe in this direction, but they're definitely on this floor at this point. If you were to venture a guess, they likely haven't heard you,
Mhm.
but there's somebody definitely up here, maybe in the hallway or something that you caught a shadow of.
Damn it. All right, I'm going to stop, obviously, because if I just keep fiddling, they're probably going to hear the scratching and tinging or whatever.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to just get very quiet. I'm going to try to see this person through, like, the darkness
Okay.
and listen to see
So
if
you
anything's
push
said
yourself
or-
up against the wall, like on the side of the window, I'm assuming, and just try and keep out of sight.
Well, they won't see me anyways.
Right. Oh, right. You're invisible. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yep. I forgot. Okay. Cool.
But I'm not going to be like, ah. I'm like, I'm
Right.
still
So
trying
you
to be
stand there,
discreet.
and you're looking to see.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll go back to Jimmy and Emmy now. So you're in the club again. Emmy, assault in the senses. How does Emmy handle that when you walk in and you're getting smacked by all the smell and the sound and this music of mishmashed Skrillex plus Mozart come together to make this sweet club banger? Is that what they're called? They're called bangers.
That's good enough.
Skrillex plus Mozart, fantastic. Thank you. How does Emmy handle this?
She's hungry. Even though she's
She's
really
hungry.
not hungry, she's
Okay.
feeling hungry.
She's feeling hungry.
And as they're walking in, she's like, Jimmy, I think I'm feeling hungry.
Well, this isn't exactly the time. So, like on a scale of 1 to 10,
Well, I'm just saying. You know,
Okay.
there's food. I'm always
It's-
hungry, though.
This place is full of food. Do you not remember? We drink blood now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hungry.
Oh shit. Okay, I get. No, it all makes sense now. Okay, but just like hang out though. All right, don't murder anybody. All right, I'll meet you
Okay.
back. Okay, I'll meet you back here in like 5-6 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. I'm gonna send Varys like a bunch of question marks and a poop emoji because I have no idea why he sent me an address.
Does that mean what the shit?
Yeah.
Yes. But, so you send question marks, send it off to him.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna wander the club until you get an answer? Do you have somewhere you want to go in mind?
No, so Jimmy's gonna hit the bar. He's gonna schmooze. He's gonna talk to people who look like regulars. Talk to the bartender and be like, "Have you seen this guy around? I'm looking for him. I haven't seen him in a couple days." Like questions
Cool.
like that. He maybe was here 3 days ago.
Yep. Okay, cool.
So I'm hoping to roll like socialize.
yeah, absolutely. And Barfly would probably help with that as well.
This is
assuming.
Jimmy's thing too.
That's
I
what
have
I'm saying.
a
This is your thing.
I have a
Exactly.
specialization in
Partying,
partying.
socialize. And you're just looking to coerce information out of him?
Yeah, just like
Just ask questions.
anyone who's seen this guy, when they last saw him, when they saw him leave, who they may have seen him leave with. Like, I'm gonna obviously, if I catch somebody who has info, I'm gonna try and get deeper if I can, right?
So yeah, absolutely. Socialize plus your special gives you what, an extra 1 dot?
Extra
in it?
dice, and I don't
Yeah.
know what stat.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, is it manipulation or is it more like for
Is
me,
it
for some
presence?
reason,
Like-
D20 is like, yeah. I was thinking maybe presence. I'm like, wits? No, it can't be wits. I would say, why don't we go with, you're just looking to get information. You're not looking to, I don't want to say you may not looking to manipulate people. Let's go with presence.
Right. Okay.
Let's get that dank roll, bruh.
All right. Manipulation plus presence, add 1. Presence plus socialize.
Mm-hmm.
Done. 2
2
successes.
successes. So do you show them the picture like, hey, have you seen this guy?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna show like the bartenders. Nobody who's like, I'm not
Right,
like
right.
showing random people.
Right,
like,
right.
"Have
You go up
seen
to the
this guy?"
bartender.
Yeah, like
So you
the
go up-
bartender. Anybody who looks like a regular, like someone who's just sitting at the bar, not dancing, like they're here all the fucking time.
Right. So actually, like the bartender you see back there is a young lady who's here pretty much every single night that you've ever been here anyway. She's probably one of the main bartenders. Her name is Jess. She's a pretty thing, probably around 5'3", really short, stark redhead. Natural redhead? You don't know. You don't ask questions, but she's a
Good dye
redhead.
job. Good dye job.
It's an excellent dye job. And she sees you coming from a little whiles away. She knows you well. You guys have gotten along well enough. And she smiles and she's getting you regular?
No, I'm in and out quick tonight. I'm working, so I'm looking for this
Oh,
guy.
you're
Have you seen
working?
this guy?
On a
I
Friday
know.
night, you're working? Come on,
We
Jim.
pay You're working on a Friday night.
Can you really call this work, though?
Yes.
Maybe to you. What do you need?
I'm looking for this guy, and I want to show her the picture on my phone.
She reaches out, big old smile, grabs it, looks it. Oh, that's Alex. He's here kind of a lot for someone like him. And she says that in like a cute way, but almost kind of condescending, like he doesn't fit in here with the people. Yeah, he usually comes in and gets like a Budweiser. Cheap. He hands it back.
Yeah.
What about
him? I'm looking for him. I haven't seen him in a couple days.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a couple days either. He was here on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It was like buy one, get one Bud night or buy
Oh.
one, get one half on, whatever. He got drunk very quickly.
Yeah.
He wasn't here with anybody that I saw though.
Did you see who he left with?
Actually, I kind of just lost track of him. The bunch of people kind of came up all at once to get some beer. He had gotten one of his and I just assumed he wandered off. I think Frank was here though. Frank's in the back. If you want to wait a minute, I can go get him after I take care of these people. Yeah, I know. And she's like waving at somebody who's like got money and like, I'm looking for a drink.
Yeah. Do your thing.
All right, cool. So she go wander off and get Frank. Go back to Emmy. Emmy, what are you doing? He left you to go to the bar. Are you
Yeah.
gonna feed? Is that the plan?
So maybe not feed, but Emmy closes her eyes and then she kind of like hones in the atmosphere, and then she's gonna open her eyes. And I want to have heightened senses, and I want to have heightened vision. So I'm gonna
Heightened
use,
vision, okay.
And it says that for this I don't need a roll. That
No, just
this
happens.
part typically involves no roll. That you kind of just explain what I would
Yep.
see. And the goal here is that with the heightened sense, she can also instantly see in like pitch black darkness, just so you guys can, like viewers back home, can get an understanding of how this power works. Like that's how powerful it is. And she is looking specifically for that guy if she can find him.
Okay, gotcha. So you take a minute and you, for a little while, you're in the center of the dance floor, and the people, while they're all up on one another, and it's kind of gross, and your mom would probably ground you for this, but there's a few people who dart and throw their eyes at you and kind of raise an eyebrow, but most part don't bother. Well, when she was around, she would have grounded you for dancing like this, or your grandfather, whoever. So you kind of step out of the middle of the dance floor just for a minute, and you kind of just close your eyes and you focus, and all of a sudden all the noise kind of dims for a little bit, and the vibrations of the music feels like it goes away, and the smell, it's still there. You can still smell these people, but it's not as intense as it was a moment ago. When you open your eyes and your pupils are dilated, you can see perfectly clearly, where maybe the lights and like maybe there's like smoke from like a smoke machine was kind of obscuring a little bit. You have absolute clarity and can see everybody here, and you're looking for that one specific guy, and you're looking around, and I'm gonna have you roll a wits plus composure, but give you a +2 on top of that to look around and see for this very specific person you're looking at. Gotta go back to the chat so I can see what you're rolling. 2 successes. So you're looking, and it only takes you maybe 30 seconds to really scan the room in real detail with how well you can see in the dark. But you don't see him. However, you do see off in the corner a couple of maybe 20-year-old girls chatting, giggling, and pointing at you.
Okay. I would like to use my aspect or my aura perception to see like what they're.
So you focus on, you just pick one on the left or one on the right.
One on the left, whatever one pointed at me first.
Okay, so the one on the left pointed at you first because I just
So
feel
that's
like
intelligence, empathy, and aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence, empathy. The clicking on all this stuff is what's going to be annoying.
Yeah, I can tell.
All right, and no
Ooh,
modifier, right? Well,
+2.
+2 because
You have your heightened senses. Yep.
All right, and that is a 2 success.
Cool. So you see, I just got to pop up in the aura colors real quick. There it is. Where is it? While they're giggling and laughing at you, as you focus your eyes and you look at the one who pointed at you first, you see a light green aura around you. While also taking a look at a silver aura mixed in, because you had 2 successes, so you see 2 auras. Not only that, but they're dimmed.
Okay, so that person, interesting. Okay. Emmy feels like pity for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and I don't see the guy at all, right? I just scour.
You do not see the guy.
Everybody else, and Emmy's pretty much like her job's done here now. She like did it instantly, and so she's gonna go back to the place that he said to meet her at. So she's literally gonna walk. She walked 5 feet, and now she's walking back 5 feet.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. Caligari. I don't know. This is very difficult for me to say for the first time. What have you decided?
Did you get stuck on Caligula?
Caligula, yeah, that's a fantastically bizarre movie.
But Caligari is a little bit different.
Think about like calamari, but instead of calamari, Caligari.
Caligari,
yeah. So
or just know your classic films.
Yeah, like also that. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Used to be on Netflix. I used to watch it a lot. I've been thinking of what the fuck I can do, and I have no idea. I am completely out of my.
So you have a few options. We can go over them real quick. You can say screw it.
Text you for help.
She doesn't have a phone.
I love it.
So yeah, she's like on her own, so you have a few options. You can try and creep up in a quiet way to the grate, basically, where you heard footsteps walk in and see who's in that room. You can try and meander your way through the ventilation system, probably not very gracefully, heading down a few floors, that's going to be a lot of like bracing yourself and trying not to clang, and maybe find your way to the second or the first floor where the club actually is. You can head back outside, maybe look for another rat, try and communicate with a different rat and use them in some way. Or you can attempt to find one of these three, wherever they ended up going, and meeting back up with them.
All right, I have 2 ideas.
Sure, hit me. What you
The
got?
first one is I have encyclopedic knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use that to understand more about? He's a Geist, am I correct? Or he's a
Ghoul. He's a ghoul.
Sorry, a ghoul.
Correct.
What I know about ghouls. I also have occult and a couple other things that could be.
So here's, I could straight up just your character would know what a ghoul is rather well without even necessarily needing to make a roll. Not only would your sire have taught you, but you, I'm assuming, would go out of your way to learn what you can about vampire society as it is. A ghoul, quite simply, is a mortal slave to a vampire. They are still human in every way. They age, they die, they don't live forever. What they get, however, is they kind of make a deal with the vampire in that the vampire will let them drink of vampiric blood every so often, which gives them increased strength, better healing capabilities, basically makes them superhuman in a lot of ways. But they are also slaves to that vampire. They must do what the vampire says. They are addicted to their blood. They're very much at the whim of the vampire. A lot of people, like Scott's character, refers to them as like, what did you say, like blood bags or what have you, or slaves. Yeah. Most kindred
disgusting in general.
Yeah, a lot of kindred don't see them as disgusting in general. They find them as very, very useful. Sure. But there are vampires out there who abhor the idea of enslaving what they once were and don't like that at all. However your character feels about it, it's up to you. But they're essentially just mortal slaves that, in turn for being a slave, they kind of get this edge on mortal life.
As for another thing, and primarily, do they have any particular quirks or tics? Do they like being around people? Do they not like being around people? Are they essentially just mortals?
We'll have you actually roll for more detail on what could happen to a ghoul if they, continue to do what they do or whatnot. You have a cult.
I kind of want to figure out where he is, and I need to know why don't you
make an intelligence plus occult roll?
Is he level E?
Level E. Be honest, I would absolutely be a ghoul IRL, 100%.
I would not.
Give me that super strength.
I feel like Emmy would totally have a ghoul.
I did kind of okay.
Yeah. So you do know, you've heard rumors, and your sire has told you that ghouls can go a little crazy over time, depending on how they're treated. Specifics you're not entirely sure, but it is possible for ghouls to kind of lose their minds or just kind of pick up derangements, essentially, if you're talking rules. If certain things happen, what those certain things are, you never really found out. But yeah, ghouls can go a little nuts. Not all ghouls, but sometimes.
He hasn't been seen in a couple days.
About 3 days.
That something bad has happened because he is, number 1, a slave, number 2, addicted to vampiric blood, and number 3, he's supposed to be hanging out this club. I don't think he's here.
So far, that's not a bad.
I feel like he wouldn't be here. See, that's the trick of it. And I'm trying to figure out if there's any other way that I can infiltrate my way in. Are spiders technically vermin? Can I talk to a spider?
I don't know. That's a really bizarre question.
I
feel like maybe they would be
spiders
insects.
are vermin. They're arachnids.
D&D they are, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, in D&D they're considered vermin, but I don't know if they're considered vermin.
They use allies vermin, and I'm just like, oh wow, that's so open-ended, but pretty much anything disgusting. But I can't exactly send a rat or a possum or any of those other things in there, especially I would give the benefit to it being an insect, which would make it even harder for me to communicate with it. I'm pretty sure of that, as in non-mammalian. But I'm wondering what the extent of this is. I'm going to be growing out that skill almost primarily.
Right.
People are saying you should use a cockroach because they're vermin.
Yeah, but they're still an insect.
Yeah, I think the
Oh.
power says that insects and vertebrates and most fish are very nearly impossible.
Well,
to
spiders aren't
communicate with.
insects.
Yeah.
Found it.
Yeah, they're
They're
Spiders
not
are
insects.
exactly.
But
This is
have
why
eight
she's going
legs
for
instead
it.
of 6.
Honey, I am so sorry.
No, please. This is no. Don't be sorry. This is again. It's session 1, and there's very certain things that that'll become more natural over time.
In knowing like what you would consider my allies vermin quality to be, is it what it directly applies to?
So my understanding, I thought maybe I misunderstood when we were making the characters. I thought
Maybe you call on the
allies
fly.
vermin, huh?
Make a call on the fly.
Calling a fly.
Yeah, call it on the fly. I trust you, Captain, my captain.
It's animalism. Fairly maintain eye contact.
I have animalism.
Yep. That's what I'm looking at.
I have 1 in animalism, 3 in animal kin, and I have 1 in allies for vermin. And I know that this sounds completely bonkers because I had no idea what I was making at the time. But I knew of one thing, which was I could have either a pal, which could be nice, but I wasn't considering it currently.
Okay.
But also that I'm chill with like.
So if
gross
you
stuff.
want, so we can find you an insect. It's right here under modifiers. If it is an insect, you have a -3 modifier at trying to communicate with it.
Oh dear God, I'm never gonna fix that. Okay, never
So
mind.
that's the rule right there. Animals, an insect or a fish, -3 modifier.
Insect or a fish, -3. Okay,
Mhm.
that makes total sense. That also sucks.
It's just like the stupider the animal, the harder it is to connect with them.
Oh
I
yeah,
assume.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, insects don't think in the same way at all. I would almost consider that reptiles don't either. So, but that's a whole other issue.
Reptiles are actually in here.
Are
Snake.
they like a -1?
They're a -1. Yep.
Ow!
They
Fucking
are
called
-1.
it. I'm so good at reptiles and vermin.
Birds
okay.
and reptile -1.
Hell yeah. All right. Shit.
You could always try and climb your way back and find another rat as well.
No, I'm gonna sneak up to the grate and see what they have in there.
Okay, let's make a dexterity plus stealth check then on your way up.
God. Oh God.
Top snack, small snack, boop the snoot on the snack.
Nick, I can't do this, Nick. Okay, okay, so dexterity?
Yep.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna get this.
You never know. You never know.
Oh my God. Also, can you do a rundown for me
Sure.
of how the dice actually work? I thought it was a percentage of the dice. For instance, if I roll 8 dice and get 2, you still say that's somehow a success. For me, that's a failure.
It's varying degrees of successes, basically. So 1 to 4 is considered a success, which means you do what you're looking to do. Like if you roll 8 dice, any dice that is 8 and above is considered 1 success. 1 to 4, if you roll 1 to 4 8s, you've done what you're trying to do to relatively good standards, unless it's something like picking a lock, which takes multiple successes over time. If you roll 5 or more 8s, it's an exceptional success. So not only do you do what you were looking for, but additional benefits happen. Basically, you want to roll as many d10s in any check as you possibly can.
You also have to remember you're designed to be like a protagonist or a hero or anti-hero in this story. So whereas like a regular person might not be able to be as successful as you are as consistently, you are the main character of this plot. How the
Correct.
fuck does Indiana Jones get through all that shit? Because he's the
He rolls
protagonist.
lots of successes. And
Yeah, he has a big die pool and hits tons of 8s. And he actually has 9 again, which is cool. So
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so I thought it was a percentage of what you rolled, but
Nope.
in fact, it's not at all. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it now. I'm gonna roll
ready.
it.
I'm
I'm
ready.
gonna be so stealthy. I'm gonna.
Wow, you did really, really well. Oh, you rolled a 10, an 8, and then another 8. You actually did very, very well.
10 again worked in your favor. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Oh, hello.
You decide, you sit there and you're weighing your options. Do I try and talk to a fucking spider? Like, that's going to be really hard. Is there a snake in there? That's stupid. Do I go out? No, you know what? I'm going to go look in front of this grate and I'm going to try and be as quietly as I can. And then with your long gangly fingers, trying not to make too much clacking noise in the tin of the ventilation system, you very quietly make your way to the front. You are pretty positive that's the most quiet you've ever been in your entire life. And that's really exciting for you. And you peer in, and what you see is a room with a desk, a nice little chair behind it, a couple of chairs in front of the desk and a couch, and then some paintings. And it's very nice, well taken care of. Very clearly an office possibly even the office of the person who may run this place. In this room is a gentleman sitting behind the desk, and he seems to be reading through a book right now. There's a computer screen. He has a computer there, but right now he looks like he's reading through a book, and it's not like a book like you picked up, like stories and stuff. It looks like it's a notebook of some sort. Maybe he's going through numbers or accounting or whatever. You can't really tell from here. He seems to be flipping through and reading things. Also on the table, right next to the computer, you see a pistol that probably belongs to him. And to be honest, it's not that out of the ordinary out here. Say someone having a pistol in a very bar-heavy town. Sure, it's illegal, and if any cops found out about it, you'd be busted, but you've seen worse. So it's not out of the ordinary. And he just seems distracted, reading through the book, doesn't seem to care. Doesn't even look up at you, doesn't even notice that you might even be there.
Does he seem at all undead? Is he one of us? Is he kindred?
You don't get any like predatory sense off of him. No.
So he's just a super normie.
Seems to be immortal to you.
Boring. I mean, I could feed, but that's like really a waste. I'm gonna clamber back up. I'm gonna make a big fuss about it when I go, though. I want to get his attention.
Scare the shit out of him. So, where are you planning to scramble back outside, or are you trying to head down like a few floors?
A little bit of both. So,
Okay.
I want to go further down. Do I have to leave in order to do it?
It would be way easier for you to navigate because you don't, if you went outside and just decided to climb down, if you decide you can stick in the ventilation system, but you're not sure the layout of the internal structure of this building, so it might take you a little bit.
I still want to stay in the vents.
Okay, that's totally fine, but you're making noise when you do it.
Yeah, I make a ton of noise. I am or not like, I mean, it's not like cacophonic or whatever.
Right.
Cacophonous, I should say. But it's enough to like rouse his attention at least a little bit.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be distracting a couple of the people throughout the building, at least I'm hoping. And plus I don't want another goddamn stealth check. All right, so I jump out. Or I'm still in the vents and I'm going further down. Okay,
sounds good. As you're making noise, you can actually hear him like get up and like, what the? Are you fucking raccoons again? Are you fucking serious? And like,
no, I leave the dead rat there somewhere, like right there.
So you hear him getting up, you hear him mumbling something about raccoons, and he's making his way over. But you're long gone by the time he ends up like either prying it open or whatever.
He sees like a fucked up rat.
Gotcha.
And it's not like a present. I leave it like kind of on its back, so it looks like a little bit natural, but also like soup's gross.
Wait, this is the boob rat.
This was the boob rat.
You just had it chilling there.
She had it chilling in her boob, keeping it warm.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah. So now if he touches it, it still feels yeah. Wait, no. Am I warm? I'm a vampire. Am I warm?
No, but you would still insulate.
Yeah, you're clothing.
You're like a koozie. You're like a dead rat koozie.
It's summer out.
Yeah. You're in a nightclub. There's lots of like sweating and stuff. You know, like
it's at least.
I just had to give the viewers an understanding of where this rat has been prior.
Tweet
to
us at Lost Initiative Show #boobrat.
Boob rat.
All right, we're gonna cut.
All right, so yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna clamber down. You're gonna be looking to go to the second floor or the first floor where the club actually is. What's your goal?
First floor. I'm gonna. Well,
you're going to the club.
Actually, no.
Okay.
Can I get another ability to kind of figure out? There's a lot of floors here.
3 floors.
Do I know how? 3 floors?
3 floors. So you were on the third, and now you're going to the second.
The third is offices. The second floor might be something private.
Might be.
Like some kind of secret place that people go.
Let's say could be VIPs, could be.
Yeah,
you never know,
and I don't think that they've made their way up there, so I'm gonna go to the second floor actually.
Okay. You're gonna head down to the second floor. Before we take our last break of the night, I do want to head over to Scott for a second. Scott's looking through the window, but as he's looking, he gets the text. Question mark, question mark, question mark, poop from Jimmy. What are you sending in return?
I'm sneaking into the fucking building.
It's happened too late, bitches, and I'm already there.
All right. I just need to know what you sent him so we can get back to Jimmy in a second and get back to what you see. But we're going to take our last break right now. We'll be back for the final hour of week 1. Thank you guys for sticking through the technical difficulties that we had, and we'll be right back.
Yay, technical difficulties.
in my tits. Like, what is your deal? Like,
Listen, I love the build of this character with the personality that I made. So
yeah,
back, everybody.
It's good, but you are like,
Hello.
right,
We have
Right?
returned.
right.
We're just talking about
back.
who's weirder, the person who appears human or the person who keeps a dead rat between her tits. I mean, that's the who's weirder. Who's weirder? The one who
no, I was getting mad because he was like, I'm not a narc. Why do you keep thinking I'm a narc? And then
You're a
I'm
fucking
like,
narc.
because you're a narc,
because you're
motherfucker.
acting very narky.
Narky. Nice.
Narky.
Listen. She may hide rats there, but those gerbils. Never mind.
Oh, felching. It's a felching joke.
All right.
All right.
So
Let's pick up final hour.
Dead rat between
Wait, this is the final hour?
This is the fight. It's
No.
12 to 1. I know. I'm glad you guys are having fun. Trust me.
no kink shaming.
It's not even. If anything, well, sort of, kind of was.
Listen, the fact that none of you are saying Emmy is weirder is a scary one because Emmy is the weirdest out of all four of you.
How am
Emmy
I
is
the
super
weirdest?
Well, you're the creepiest. Maybe not weirdest, but you're the creepiest. You are absolutely.
Oh, it's about to get creepier.
Yeah,
Oh,
because you're strange and you're playing it up as being adorable, and we know that you're hungry and young, and this is going to get ugly.
For the person that's hungry, Scott is in a dangerous situation to only have 2 vitae right now.
But my character's well, we can get into that stuff as we go. But my character likes to push the edge of that shit because he doesn't
Are you
like the
saying
fact that he's a vampire.
You like to edge?
He's an edge lord.
Well, no. Like,
You like
I'm s-
edging? You're an edger?
The
I
master.
like
of the
literally.
Yeah.
so good.
It's a trap.
I'm
Let's
not-
just walk in there.
I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying if you like edging, if Varys is an
No,
edger, it's
no.
fine.
I would say he pushes the edge. He's like,
Sure he does.
he goes as long as he can between feedings because he doesn't like the fact that he has to.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you
Is
text
that
back.
a waffle?
You text back. You wait there for a while, and the shadow never seems to come your way, Scott. That's when you get the text of question mark poop, and then you're just like, and then you tell him like I'm breaking in.
Mhm.
After a little while, do you continue to pick the lock? What is your plan?
No,
at this
remember,
point?
I was listening.
Yep, you were
I
listening.
was listening. I was looking, trying to see where this person was going, if I could follow them on the
The
outside.
shadow,
from the window
like you saw the flip of the shadow
Mhm.
as they were presumably walking up the stairs as you pieced together.
Mhm.
But however, no figure ever comes into view. Maybe they went into a different room further down the hall, but they do not come into this grossly disgusting 70s room with a couch. And it's probably fair because, I mean, you've been sitting here for a while. Maybe this is an old porn casting couch. Who knows? Like, it could be just a disgusting little 70s casting couch. See, you know, they don't want to go in there. I wouldn't want. But seriously, they don't. No one ever comes down the
I
hallway.
start checking from strange angles to see if the room looks familiar from my childhood.
Nico, you got a question?
Out of character. What floor is he on? He's on 2.
He's on a building. He is on the second floor, but a building across the street, not the.
Oh,
club.
okay.
Yep,
Because
yep,
I was
different
gonna go
building.
down. Okay. Because I
Yep,
was
yep.
like, oh shit.
Nope, he's in a different
I
building
would've
right now.
Known that, but was I gonna run into him? Okay.
So sorry, Scott. Repeat what you said. So nobody shows up.
Okay,
and,
so I saw that he came up the stairs, but he never really went anywhere beyond that.
yes, correct.
So I mean, if this is just going to be an utter failure, I guess my next bet is to try to get in there another way because I'm trying to see what the fuck is going on. So I guess I'm going to go downstairs to the first floor. And you said I looked around before. Did I see that there was a back door or
There was
something?
a back door.
or the front door? Does it look like nobody's watching, like what often happens in metropolitan areas?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like if you do a head back down and you decide to circle the building just one more time. Back door, it's locked. Front door also locked, but like you don't see anybody moving in the window nearby. Which if you take a peek into the window itself, it peers into an unlit kitchen that
Mhm.
also seems relatively untended to. There
Mhm.
are pots and pans kind of in the dish sink, but Lord knows how long they've been there. There's no lights on. And there's no like silverware set up on a table. There's a circular table that could fit maybe 3 chairs. There are only 2, and it looks chipped and cracked and unused completely. If you were just a normal person now with this information, seeing the upstairs and seeing the downstairs, you would swear this place is abandoned.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
But you know it's
I'm,
not.
I'm getting that.
Yeah.
No, I got that pretty hard from what I got off Google. So it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, but if I break a window, I know that I become, so I'm trying to be as discreet as possible. This lock is probably well beyond my capacity to open, especially without picks or anything like that. So Fuck. I guess I'm gonna have to go around to the back door. And you said I had seen the back door before. What did the back door look like?
It looked like a pretty sturdy metal door. Out of everything here, the back door and the front door are the newest bits. They're still not necessarily new, but they look like they've been replaced at some point.
Yeah. Is there a basement window?
No.
Like one of those half above ground foundations? Fuck. No. God damn it! This place is impregnable to my first level character.
I mean, you were working on a window up there. You were making progress, and your character knows you were making progress.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just resign myself to doing exactly that because there's just no way I'm going to succeed for doing it down there. So I'll totally go back upstairs and continue trying to pick that lock if possible.
Okay, you can absolutely go back up there. We will have you make a roll, and then after this roll, we're gonna jump back to Jimmy real quick.
Mm-hmm. Because you know it's not going to succeed, so why waste your time on me, right?
You've been accumulating successes.
You
have 7 successes so far.
So was that dexterity plus larceny? Was that it?
Correct, because you don't have any real proper tools. And it was yeah. Did I give you a -1? I don't think I did.
Nope. You just I have 7 successes total so far.
Go ahead.
Let's go successes.
Okay, you make no progress. We'll go back to Jimmy real quick.
Brutal.
And you're at the bar waiting for Frank to come out from the back room. Emmy, you said, did you tell Emmy to meet you at the bar, or did Emmy go and wait for you somewhere else?
He didn't say the bar. It was in that one area that we like first walked into.
So like the foyer area, the front end, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but I don't imagine I'd be hard to find if Emmy wanted to find me.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's up to Emmy what she wants to do. Do you want to wait for him, or do you want to go up to the bar?
I'm gonna look for him because I have my heightened senses still activated. So do I see where he is exactly?
Oh yeah, you easily find where he is. You know what he looks like. God, you know what he smells like, and you saw the direction he walked into in general. So yeah, you see him leaning up against the bar. It looks like he's got a cell phone in his hand. Doesn't seem like he's doing anything other than waiting right now.
Okay, I think he's waiting for somebody. So and I can assume that. And I am going to sneak over to the girls that were laughing at me.
Do me a favor and roll me a wits plus composure check as you look to Jimmy and then look back.
Wits plus
it's
composure.
like a perception check.
Wits.
I wish there was just like a perception skill.
Do I get any modifiers? Because I'm...
Yep, we'll give you the +2 again.
Okay. And I'm rolling. And I have 3 successes.
They're missing.
Who's missing?
You don't see them over there anymore. The girls are gone.
Damn it.
They've blended. You take a minute even, and you look through the crowd. Like you still have your heightened senses. You still everything else is dulled except for your vision. And you see they're missing, and you dart around. You're looking. Familiar face, and you don't see them anywhere.
Poopsicles. Well, that's
and that was
fun.
You maybe broke your attention from them for 15 seconds, maybe. You saw him. You thought about whether you wanted to go there. And in those 15 seconds, you don't know where they went.
I don't see
them. And that
them
does strike you as odd.
It strikes me as odd. Okay. I would like to look around. Can I look for a specific aura? Is that a thing?
No, you just have to. You focus on one person, and in 3 seconds, it gets like a round. You see their auras.
Okay. Well, I guess with
at least 150 people in here, probably.
Okay, with my heightened vision, do I see anyone who is looking suspicious?
To your innocent little eyes, everybody here looks suspicious. But no, not any more suspicious than just a bunch of club goers.
All right.
No one seems to be eyeing you. No one seems to be watching you. The 2 that were are gone.
Well, I didn't mean suspicious towards me, but just suspicious in general.
Suspicious in general? Sure. You definitely see some people doing some shady shit. Whether it be something's going in someone's drink, or some
if
girls
I see
like
something go in someone's drink and it doesn't look like if it's sneakily being put in their drink, where are those people? Where's that person?
It's like sneakily, like they think they're being sneaky, but they're also trashed. So that's up at the bar, not too far from Jimmy, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there.
It's some shady shiz. This is a very packed full of shady people.
I'm going over there.
Sure, you head on over, and it's actually 2 guys. One guy's drinking, the other guy was buying the guy a drink.
And he put
and you saw the guy who was buying a drink do something. You're not sure what he put in the drink. You just saw him do something, and it didn't seem normal.
Okay.
Mortals, by
go
the way. You
chill
walk
over-
up to them and they're mortals, 100%.
I would like to. I don't know how this works, but
Sure.
I guess under my dominate tree, I can command someone.
Yeah, buddy. She's
You have to
busting
lock
it out.
eyes.
And I
Pop it
would
open.
like.
You have what? 1 dot, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's
But it's
I just wanna-
intelligence plus intimidation plus dominate.
Yeah, I think mortals for the most part really. He's too drunk to get an opposed roll, so.
So it's intelligence plus what did I just say? Intimidation. Plus
I'm
dominate.
freaked out that the 9-year-old has like essentially a kink tree. in my dominate skill, and I'm like,
She's fucking creepy, man.
I would like to
Command is what it is. You have to
command him to follow me.
Oh, he does get an opposed check, but it's
Yes.
not going to go well.
The
So
composed
go ahead
check
and make the rolls.
is resolve plus blood potency.
Yeah. Which humans have what? Blood potency of 1 or none? So
0.
I would think
Yeah.
0, unless
they just
they're
get a
sucking
resolve
blood.
check. That's all they're
Right.
That's all they're getting is a resolve check.
Humans have a bad time against mind control.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right, let me
So-
see your roll.
No modifiers, right?
No modifiers.
Ooh, I got a 1.
Okay. So what do? You get his attention, I'm assuming, because you have to look him in the eyes.
Yeah, I told him to follow me.
Okay. You pull out his shirt or whatever you do, and he's like mostly drunk. And he
Yeah.
looks around, he doesn't see anybody, and then he looks down for a second. He's like, "Oh, security! There's a kid in here. Security!" And then he like looks down at you again, and then you just say, "Follow me," with like a commanding.
Yeah.
Presence?
She's like,
And-
follow me.
And then he's like, "Secure." Okay. And then he just waits for you to lead the way.
Do I see any area that looks like no one is around? That
There's not a single place where there's not anybody,
Or
but there are areas where there
somewhere
are less
someone
people.
wouldn't notice me.
You could find a place relatively away from prying eyes. 'Cause
Okay.
your
You
plan
see
is-
this like 5'6", scrawny little very pale person with kind of moppy, dark brown hair off in the corner, staring at their cell phone, not really paying attention to other people around them. It looks kind of familiar. You think you've seen him on YouTube before, but he definitely wouldn't notice you if you went over there.
He's there. He's clearly there because a friend brought him.
Yeah. yeah.
And he's
But then
like-
that friend abandoned him because they saw girls. So
It's almost like that happened to me in real life. For somebody's 21st birthday party. Anyway, please continue.
All right.
Oh my god.
I would like to take him to the area where no one will see us, and then I would like to suck his blood.
Okay, you would like to feed.
Yeah.
So the way feeding works is like a couple rolls, but you have him dominated, so he's not gonna resist. Basically, you're just gonna feed. How do you plan on feeding? Do you plan on biting his wrist? Do you try and climb up and get him like on his neck? Do you plan on biting his leg? What do you want? Where are you biting?
Good point.
Thigh, butt,
I
cheeks.
can't. I'm laughing too hard at the
thigh.
chat. I guess the wrist would probably be fine.
Okay. So you can make it pretty.
Because I don't know if I can reach his neck
inconspicuous.
from where I am.
I mean, no, you'd have to have him pick you
I
up.
have to like
basically.
climb him or
like,
something.
how hungry are you?
I'm not really hungry at all.
Oh, okay,
I
so
have
you're
like
just
6
tapping- all right,
vitae.
you can
I'm like,
tap in here. That's all good. But
So you
like,
just take
if
a-
you actually want some
you-
like arteries or something, you can get all up in that thigh, and there's a huge artery that you can. It's a
But-
femoral artery.
but
It's
people might
delicious.
notice me if I start biting into someone's
Yeah.
leg.
So don't have a 9-year-old beggar bury your face into somebody's thigh in public. You know?
I mean, didn't she bring him out to somewhere? It doesn't quite matter. Anyway, but all the same, depends on how hungry you are.
So we're gonna assume the way you kind of do it is you take it to a corner or an area where there's not a lot of people. There's a few people, but maybe they're like it's the drunk corner. People are kind of like passing out or trying to stay away from the dancing, and you very nonchalantly are like holding his hand, almost like he's your dad or whatever. And you just kind of very nonchalantly pull it close to your mouth as maybe you face away and you just bite
And
and you start.
when
to
I do
drink.
that, I just tell him, "Be quiet."
Sure. The minute you bite him, it almost you see like very clear pleasure on his face.
The greatest thing ever.
It's gonna get creepy when she drinks. I'm sorry. It's impossible for it to not to be weird.
Yeah, she basically grabs his hand and she's like, "Be quiet," and then she's like.
Oh god! And so you just see like his mouth open up a little bit, and like a little bit of like a gas come out. Like it just feels, it's clearly very pleasantful. And so you drink. How much do you plan on draining out of him?
Not that much.
What are you at right now for Vitae?
Vitae, I'm at 6 right now. I told you I'm not that hungry, but I'm also I have a really low humanity, so.
Right. We've gone full hentai, as Chat said.
So
what do you want to drink? Do you want to go to 10?
What
do you want to do? Go to 10? This is up to you.
If I go to 10,
do you care? Do you want to make sure he's alive?
I want to make sure he's alive.
Right. Do you don't want him to pass out? Really, I'm assuming.
I'm okay with. Well, if I know he's on the verge of passing out, I want him to. Can I command? Well, I guess I don't have the ability to like tell him like wipe his mind yet.
He'll forget. Though.
He'll forget.
He won't remember it very
they
well.
don't. No mortal remembers being fed on. The kiss is something that.
Oh, okay. Then
It's
I'm
just
okay with him
forgot.
passing out.
So
Alright,
you can just pull 4. And
I was
you'll
saying, you
have
can pull
full
4
BK
and
he'll live.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
He'll have a
pull
wicked
4.
hangover.
Yeah.
I'll pull
basically.
4
So,
and let him pass out. I'm down with that.
so you drink and you're gonna put yourself to 10, and as you drink and it takes a little bit of time, technically 12 seconds I think total.
Yeah.
He starts to slump as you continue to feed. But for the most part, it looks like he's drunk slumping. You're in the corner where there are drunk people. He kind of leans up against the wall, and as he starts to slide down, you think to yourself, okay, this is probably enough, and you stop.
Do I get drunk now?
We'll get to that.
Okay. I was just curious because the 9-year-old
For now,
being
he
drunk
just
is gonna be
slumps against the
great.
wall, and you stop. Now, your character is intelligent. Is she intelligent?
Not really. She's witty and she has lots of resolve, but she's got 1 intelligence bubble.
Let's does your character? Yeah, your character would remember. Your character remembers you need to do something after you feed.
My character remembers I need to do something?
Once you're finished feeding, there's an action a vampire has to take in order to not be caught.
In order to not what?
Be caught, leave marks. Basically, get rid of the
Oh,
marks.
yeah.
You know what that is?
I was actually
Right.
going to ask about that. How do I make it so...
So your character would have been taught. You lick the wounds, very simply.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. So
Yep.
she, after she finishes biting him and taking all the blood she feels she needs, she licks the hole marks where she
Yep. You just
left
a lick,
bites.
and there you look down, and it looks like there's no wounds whatsoever. It looks perfectly fine.
Okay.
And this wounds, he's slumped up against
And when I
the
look at
wall.
him and I see him on the wall, and I'm like,
you do
I
a quick
shake my
check.
head at him,
Yeah.
and then
You
I
do a
get
quick
up.
check just to make sure he's breathing. He's
Yeah.
breathing. He's very alive. He's just like John said, he's probably gonna wake up with a hell of a headache tomorrow. But remember feeling really good at some point.
That's creepy. And then she's just gonna jump off. Like I guess I'm probably like sitting on like a chair or something like that.
Sure.
Or a bench or a wall, and then
Do you want to make your way back over to Jimmy?
yeah,
Or?
I'm just going to
Okay.
make my way back over to where Jimmy is.
Okay.
If he's
so
still where
as you
I thought he was.
you make your way back over to Jimmy, and just as she like tugs at your shirt, Jessica with her just roll. Yeah, you just all you have to do is roll a D10. You got a 2, so you have 2 Vitae. That's what you have, Nika. 2.
Wait,
And-
what?
No, she has 4 Vitae.
Oh, she has it on her sheet.
I looked back in the prior logs. I rolled 2, she rolled 4, John rolled 5,
Okay, so
Maggie
you have
rolled
4
6
Vitae.
originally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Cool. So just as she's tugging at your shirt, Jessica comes out after a good 10 minutes of being gone, which is freaking annoying because you're in a
It's
rush.
taking forever.
It's taking forever. You look down, and just as you look down to see Emmy, who appeared out of nowhere, Jessica comes over, and she's like, Jim, he's on his way. Sorry, he's just really busy back there. He'll be out here any minute. And just as she says that, Frank makes his way out. Now,
Hey, Frank.
yeah, Frank is like an older guy. He's probably in his 50s at some point. Really more of a behind the scenes guy, but he has friends that come in and drink at this place quite often. And Alex, just so happens to be one of them. So he pops over and he's like, you've seen Frank a few times. You're not particularly very friendly with him like you are with the bouncers and maybe some of the prettier girls here. But Frank comes over. He's like, Jim, what's going on, man? What you need?
I'm looking for Alex. Have you seen him?
Yeah, he was here like 3 days ago. He just said that he hasn't been back. You haven't heard from him or seen him or anything.
No. I mean, do you know? Did you see him that night? Like, do you know who he left with?
I know he came in alone, and I came out when he was on like his second or third beer or something. And he was feeling all right. We were chatting. He said he was waiting to meet up with a couple people, and that he was only here to drink and wait. And he said it was a good day to come here because it was the buy one get one half off bud deal that I decided. By the way, I proposed that deal, and we made a freaking killing.
It's a good deal.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a bud guy myself, but there are a lot of bud guys here in Chicago. Anyway, beside the point. He kind of was waiting for a couple guys. We chatted about the socks and how just because they were good one year doesn't mean they're going to be good for the next 100. I went back, and when I came back out, I actually saw him leaving with a group of people. Definitely more than a couple of guys, though. I tried to shout out and say goodbye to him, but he seemed preoccupied, and he just went out the front door.
Huh.
If I guess, I don't know. It was kind of a busy night, but at least 4 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Business. He does a lot of business here.
What does he do?
I think he works. From my understanding, he works in shipping, but he never really goes into details to what company he works for. He likes to keep things tight to his chest. He just has money. He spends his money. That's good shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you see any of those people here tonight? Like, I'm just trying to find the guy. Yeah.
He looks out and he gestures like, oh, I can't fucking see anything out there. You see how many people are out here? It's a Friday night and college is almost done. And I guarantee you 50% of those people are only 18. They shouldn't be drinking here anyway. But don't tell the cops.
Everything.
And as you say that, he startles. He's like, what? And he looks down. And he's like, oh, wait, did you bring a kid in here, Jim?
No, she's not a kid. She has a thing.
Jim.
It's like a gland thing.
A gland thing?
Yeah, I have a thing, okay?
Don't be an asshole, Frank.
Listen.
Yeah, don't be an asshole, Frank.
Language! Sorry, you have a thing. All right. So he left with a few guys that night. I can't see shit out here. I've been busting my ass in the back. We're freaking in the weeds. We're down a cook. Like.
No, thank you. Thank you, Frank. That's great. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I'll be back. I'll see you tomorrow at least, right?
I mean, I fucking live in this place.
I
might
know.
as well anyway. They don't fucking pay me enough. And he starts like mumbling to himself. He's like, you sure you don't want to drink on me before you go?
No, I gotta work.
All right, fine. And he just turns around. He's like, and then you hear him like mumbling. And as the doors to the kitchen open, he's like, "Where are the fucking wings?" And then like the doors close, and you can't hear him anymore than some shouting in the background. And Jess looks at you and she shrugs, like, "Oh, I hope that helped."
Yeah, it was good. Thanks.
No problem. She starts bringing the money in from other customers and kind of ignores you.
When you're done when it seems like you're turn around and you're done talking to her, Emmy's like, well, I can let you know. I don't see him here at all. I checked every person. He's not here.
Do you see anything weird?
Yeah.
Like you saw...
Well, I saw a guy put something in some other guy's drink, and then I drank him.
I'm not going to question that. That seems perfectly normal. Anything else, though?
Did I see anything else suspicious?
The girls in the corner that disappeared.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there were these 2 girls. They were laughing, but then they disappeared. Like, I can see pretty well, and they disappeared.
Like, magic disappeared, or
maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna finally check the address and see where that actually is. That I was texted by Varys.
It's across the friggin' street.
Oh, okay. Well, Varys is breaking into the house across the street, so we should probably go over there.
Wait, what? What? Why?
I don't know. I asked, but he didn't tell me.
Okay.
Cut to Caligari. Caligari, you've been meandering through the vents. You're looking to get to the 2nd floor, you said?
Second
VIP?
floor.
Okay.
2nd floor.
You get down there. As you kind of climb down the vents and you're clamoring and stuff, the noise gets louder and louder, and the music becomes more and more clear. And it's actually pretty easy for you to get to a vantage point where you can see out a vent and not have to worry about being heard, because as you hit that second floor, it's very clear to you that the second floor is just an extension of the first floor.
Oh.
There's, as you go look out the vent, there's like a loft and like a balcony that overlooks the main dance floor.
So the VIP shit. All right.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the VIP shit as you had expected it to be. There are still a lot of people up here, but it's not nearly as packed as it is downstairs. And there's definitely a bachelorette party happening somewhere because holy shit, you can hear the Woo Girls in the background, completely plastered. And if you had to guess, the bachelorette's probably in the bathroom puking, and the Woo Girls are the ones who have just made it this far.
Where's Stacy?
Jesus Christ, where's Stacy? Woo! Stacy's getting married!
Can we not do theater of the mind for that? All right. So,
Too late.
I'm peeking out the vents.
Mhm.
I am looking throughout the VIP group.
Sure. Give me a wits plus composure for a perception check.
Ah, God damn it. Had
I
I
know.
known that it's wits plus composure.
Listen, I forgot that it was wits plus composure until today.
Okay, because I have fucking zero composure. I have the least possible, so I'm quite upset.
So you're not perceptive, but you're sneaky as shit, but you still were able to see it.
Oh yeah, I'm everything else, but I thought composure was just like someone goes boo, and I go ha, as opposed to I can't like mean mug if someone says boo, but apparently like just perception is completely different anyway. So I think I did it.
Yep, you succeeded. You absolutely succeeded. You're looking for just suspicious people? Is that what you're looking for? Or like that one specific guy?
The one specific guy first.
You look around amongst the crowd. You could definitely see, now that you're paying some attention, out in the back in this big round table with a booth that encompasses half of it, the Woo Girls. And you're now 100% certain it's a bachelorette party. There's like 4 or 5 of them over there.
Are they all that's there?
I
Well,
just like that
that's
we're
all-
calling
that's-
them the Woo Girls.
The Woo
They
Girls.
are.
You don't see anybody that's wearing like that bachelorette princess crown or banner, but you're definitely happening over there. Further in, getting closer and kind of filling out the balcony as just some maybe people who have a little bit more money to spend, dancing, bottles of champagne, maybe a little bit higher priced
Staring at the Woo
alcohol.
Girls.
Yeah, they're the expensive Woo Girls. And guys.
No, they're all looking at like going like,
Oh yeah, that.
Woo Girls. I'm in proximity to Woo Girls. It's gonna be a good Friday.
So there are definitely some people who are looking at the Woo Girls like hell yeah, and then the other people who are like, you're ruining my fucking night, but I paid to be here, so I'm going to drink.
I like them. Okay.
But you
another
don't see the guy you're looking for up on the
Okay.
second floor.
Do I see any other kindred?
Not off the top of your head, but you do see what looks to be Jimmy finishing up a conversation at the bar with Emmy.
That's way down below.
Yep, on the first floor, but you can
Oh, so I
see
can see
down there.
everybody.
Yep, you can see past that.
Cool. Cool.
And he looks like he's finishing up a conversation, and he seems to be turning and ready to leave, or at least he's heading towards the exit.
I knew he wasn't fucking here. I knew he wouldn't be. I called that at the very beginning. I'm getting the hell out. I'm just leaving.
Okay, that's very easy. You can find your way back to the first floor, and we could say as you kind of clamber out the side, because you can move pretty quickly. Are you going to stay in the alleyways and keep an eye on everybody? Or you're going to try and like get...
alley.
Sure. So you get into the alley, and like as you get into the alley, you can see Jimmy and Emmy looking like they're heading across the street from the club.
I'm cool with that because I am not.
So you're gonna stay on this side and keep an eye on them and watch them.
Out with my other vermin.
Do you want to try and find another rat or anything? Or are you good?
If I could.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. This is you can continue looking for a rat.
Okay.
Which
cool.
it wouldn't be actually animalkin, as I looked up.
Really?
Animalkin is more like trying to understand the mood of the animal and less about trying to find it.
Well, son of a bitch, I have 3 of them.
We'll go like well, that's going to be useful when you have an animal. Don't worry. We can say it's going to be I'm going to make the call. Oops.
Also, I feel like if you ever ask Nika if she wants to find another rat, she's going to be like, yes.
Well, that's good because she's very good at communicating.
There's never going to be a
with-
no.
with rats.
It's my forest friends of the C team thing. Like I'm just always looking for rats. It's just constant.
I'm gonna go instead of you're rolling 4 for wits plus composure. You're just looking for a rat. Wits plus composure. It might be like wits plus investigation because you're looking for something very specific.
Sure. Do you want that instead?
Yeah, go wits plus investigation.
Oh dear God, I hope I don't screw this one up. Wait, is something else clicked? What's going on? Why am I not?
I see your wits is clicked, and yep, there you go.
we
You got it.
It somehow wasn't working.
Get another boob rat. Perfect.
Bam.
Okay.
Okay, that's not bad.
Doesn't take long. You find yourself another rat digging through some garbo. Do you would
Hell
like
yeah,
to
my people.
exactly? Would you like to try and once again speak with said rat?
Chill out with the rat.
So okay, this is gonna be animalism, which I'm just gonna double check the freaking rules again. I wish I could hover over.
I'm so sorry.
No,
What?
it's not. What? You're gonna be using your animalism discipline, but we're gonna get you.
Animalism discipline. Do I get anything else?
Yeah, it's gonna be a combination of roles. I just gotta find it because I can never remember what it is specifically.
I got rid of the one boob rat.
You did get rid of the one boob rat. Maybe
No,
you don't
chat's
have to.
being like, you could get 2 boob rats, and I'm just like, honey,
Okay.
rats are disposable. I can use them.
You're gonna be rolling manipulation plus animal ken plus animalism.
This is good.
Yes, this is what you're
very
good at.
I am
Roll away.
3 and 1. All right. Oh my god, please.
I have faith. What's great about your character thus far is that you have succeeded on being sneaky and perceptive and all the stuff that you're not good at. But the one thing you're good at, it's just not clicking
Never
today.
gonna happen to me.
No,
I
am
what
so
I
sorry
hope
that I laughed so hard that
continues.
I probably broke everyone's ear. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, you're
I
fine.
usually-
Also, I just hope that there
What?
continues to be like boob rats. Like it is, when you just murder rats and you're like, well,
So
I'll
do you-
keep
yeah,
that
do
one for
you-
later.
So you lock eyes with this thing and you start doing like whispering and trying to get its attention, and it looks at you for a minute, it locks eyes, and for a second you think you connect, and then it just looks away and starts eating a rotten banana peel.
I punch that one too, and then I eat it because I only have 4
You can
Vitae?
drink. Yes.
I'm gonna drink this bitch ass.
So you can drink it completely.
These fucking uptown ass rats. All right, hold up for a goddamn
These
second.
too damn good for you rats.
Just give me a second. All right, I have all of this kind of stuff. I know animalism. I have animal pen. I am like down. These are my friends specifically. I took less humanity so I can make friends with the rats. And you know what they're doing? They're
Do you
snubbing
think
me.
that maybe they
And
don't
I-
like when you murder them or eat them?
No, this is not the rat hierarchical way.
It is not.
It is
So-
all about respect in the rat world. So
Quite
I'm
simply,
gonna smash
you-
his head and eat it.
And you drink it, and for each point of health you drain of the rat, you get 1/4 a point of vitae. So
Okay.
you're gonna get basically, because they only have everything has average of 7. You're gonna get 1 vitae out of it.
That's cool. I'm at 5 now, so I'm not.
So you are at 5. So you in absolute frustration, you reach forward and just bash this thing into the ground. You scoop it up with your hand. You just bare your fangs. Luckily, nobody's around, and you just sink into the chest and you just suck it dry as its corpse just shrivels up in your hand. And then, do you toss the
And then
corpse?
I like legit mic drop it. I go,
Mike dropped it, and as the
that's a
rat,
message to these uptown bitch ass rat. I do not play.
I love
Right.
that she's having all these like epic moments of just like success and defeat. It's amazing. Nobody's seeing it. She's just
Also,
having-
it's
like
on a
she's
rat.
sitting there like
Also,
arguing
it's
with
on
herself.
a rat. That's the best part of it.
Rats are partially my people.
Take that.
I have 7 rolls.
You're
and
a
I failed
cannibal
all-
then. That's what's happening right now. You're eating your people.
as the rat body
I'm
is
sorry for the person who like. Don't you be judging me, girl. Like you got your own
I'm not
shit. to
judging.
be
I'm just
dealing
letting
with.
you
I do
know
not
that that's a thing that's happening right now.
so
the dice are the true arbiter.
It's true. It's
and,
true.
And so they will tell me how the rats are feeling, but I think I know how the rats are feeling.
I think
And
they're
these
feeling R.I.P.
things- well, they are now. They had a choice.
they chose to ignore you.
They chose. They chose.
So you drop the rat and in
am
the
a
alleyway,
bitch.
and like the camera's like right behind the rat, facing the building across the street. And right as it's about to hit the ground, the camera zooms forward, and what you see is Jimmy and well, Scott, Varys. You see Jimmy and Ellie crossing the street, and they are getting close.
Emmy, not Ellie. Who's Ellie?
Ellie's video
I'm just
game.
messing with you.
So you see them coming. You're still obfuscated, so they do not see you.
Yep, I'm going to try one last time before I get their attention. to open this lock.
Oh, right, the window. You're still trying to jimmy out the window
Yeah. A lot of success,
Listen,
but not enough.
I put this thing as a high difficulty with your freaking Swiss Army knife.
Listen, I've rolled more successes than Caligari, and she's been more successful than me.
Yeah.
So it's fucking no, but it's obviously was meant to be a difficult task. You ready? Ready?
I'm ready, man. I'm waiting. You're at 9?
Total of 10 successes all day.
Yeah, you're at 10. Okay, so you're at 10. That's what I was looking for.
Rolls so well.
Yep. So on that last roll, and you're like...
I swear I did not make secret macros that look like they do better than you think they do.
Right. First of all, Nika, I see you in chat, and like maybe you shouldn't be friends with the rat. Maybe you should try and rule the rats. All right. Take that character. So Scott, you're fiddling with it. You look over your shoulder. You can see him crossing the street. You're like, fuck it, one more try, and you finally like are able to push the little twisty lock thing just enough where you can feel it give, and you can feel the lock loosen, and you felt, I know what it feels like to have that lock kind of loosen up, and the window is malleable. You can open it if you so choose.
Okay, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to open it up just enough to slide my knife into it so it won't like snap back shut again. You know, so like literally the knife is just wedged into the bottom. Okay. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to whip out my cell phone. I'm going to text down to them up the fire escape. And then as soon as I send that text, bing, I'll open the window and start trying to climb in.
Do you try to open it quietly?
Oh, of course.
It's an old rattly ass window.
Yeah, so. I will do. Can I obfuscate the window for silence? I think it's only vision, but
I think it's only vision.
But I want to double check just in case.
Sure. Take a look. Check out that rules.
Success. The character can hide a single object from sight.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any like WD-40 on me, so I'm just gonna...
No WD-40.
Meh.
Are you just gonna open it? You're gonna try and open it silently?
Slowly.
So dexterity plus stealth.
Okay. Luckily, it's the same number of dice. If this works in my favor.
Yeah.
Okay. Success.
You did it.
Yay.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just rolling some stuff here.
How dare you?
Yeah. So you pop it open, and as you're popping it open, Jimmy, you get the text. You feel the phone vibrate. I'm assuming you're like waiting for a text, and you see come up the fire escape.
Jimmy, what's your text ringtone? Because I imagine I'm a general text person. You haven't given my assigned ringtone yet.
Right.
So what is your general ringtone?
It's probably like a siren, like something fucking obnoxious.
Air horn.
It's air horn. It's totally air horn.
Yes.
It's what is it? Early aught Stewie? Mom, mommy, ma.
God. No.
Oh, all right, awesome.
Okay. So you see it and it says fire escape. Do you just kind of look for a second, look for the fire escape and head over that way?
Yeah. Should be like,
all right.
Fucking fire escape. All right. He says fire escape. Come on, kiddo.
Him and his climbing.
It's not that bad. Okay. It's like 3 stories. Okay, it's kind of bad.
Two stories.
It's
2 floors.
Jimmy can't count. Leave him alone, okay?
True. Okay. Scott, are you gonna wait for me? Are you gonna walk it into the window?
I'm gonna go in because I'm still obfuscated, so
Can
I want
see
to.
him from where we are right now, since he said
I'm
that?
obfuscated.
No, he's obfuscated, so you can't see him.
But I have heightened
He's
senses.
invisible.
Can I like roll to see him?
He is like invisible to the naked eye. As the minute your eyes lock onto him, your brain forgets he's there.
There's no roll against it whatsoever?
There are rolls against it if they're within like range and they're specifically looking for something. I believe it's like a composure plus something or other.
I'm specifically looking for him at the fire escape.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. Is I can stand in front of you and do one of these, and you won't see shit.
Let's double check.
Yeah, just like you can literally be looking for me holding a katana strapped to my back, blade style, and be like, I know it's here, and you won't perceive it because I rolled so well for that. It's magic of vamp prison. It's like the whole idea that you can perceive things better. Done.
poopy.
I've heard that it's not like straight up invisibility, but that it's you perceive it, but then disregard it.
Yeah.
So it's like
The character
They will
reconstructs
see
the
you.
scene.
So I like
in front
see
of
it,
them.
but then I
they
don't
won't
see it.
They won't remember that they saw you.
Right. The character vanishes from sight. Mortal witnesses reconstruct the scene in their memory to justify the character's disappearance if successes achieved on the invocation roll exceed their willpower dots.
But I am not just a mere mortal.
So it has to exceed their willpower dots, basically. What were your successes when you rolled that, Scott?
No. It has to succeed the willpower dots if they watched you vanish at the moment, if you Batman in front of them.
Is that how it
I
works?
didn't Batman in front of them. I snuck around the corner and did it. Yeah, I did not do the whole Batman.
For now, we're going to go with you can't see him. Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Unless Onyx is still out there and can correct us. But
He might.
I don't. They might be. I don't know if they are or not.
So you're gonna step
I tried,
inside the
man.
room and wait and sit and just stand inside the room and wait for them. Scott?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I'm definitely going to go into the room with the shag carpet.
Yeah.
Awesome. And luckily, shag carpet is going to be rather quiet, right? It's going to cushion my footfalls.
God,
So-
it's there. As you're walking through, like you can hear, like you're moving quietly, but there are a couple parts where it's like a little crunchy, for one reason or another. Something spilled there. It's stained. Nasty.
Okay. So I'm going to walk into the room and that has the shag carpet or whatever. I'm actually going to draw my sword while maintaining its obfuscation and keep it down by my side. And I'm going to make my way across the room and try to peer into the hallway, like look around. But again, I'm not stupid. I'm not just like walking into the hallway and be like, I'm invisible. You can't see. Like I'm being like poke my head out and look around and trying to be as discreet as possible.
Okay. You don't see anything. While you're doing that, we'll say Jimmy and Emmy are making their way up. I'm assuming you guys are trying to be quiet as well while clambering up the fire
Sure,
escape.
I can be stealthy.
Do it up.
What do I need to roll for being stealthy?
Dexterity plus stealth.
Ooh, I have 3 stealth and 1 dex. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, do not want to add dominate to that.
Dominate stealth. Jimmy, are you trying to be stealthy as well?
2 successes.
For very Jimmy definitions of stealthy, yes.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Okay. Cool.
I gotta imagine that Jimmy, like, Emmy gets up there, she's super quiet and ninja, and then Jimmy's just like
Just go
making
up.
so much noise, and Emmy's like,
Scott, roll me a wits plus composure.
Be discreet.
Jimmy.
I am being discreet, he
of
says loudly.
Stealthy. It's
You're
just
clonking around like a Wookiee.
Like a Wookiee. That's great.
The first
2.
night we spent turned, we watched Star Wars.
So you're in the room. You're kind of just doing your own
Turn
little.
up. I'm just
You're
kidding.
doing your own little quick investigation, making sure everything's safe. And as you're looking around, you can hear the clang, 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 clang of somebody coming up the fire escape.
So I told them to come out this way.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be them because I got them wits. So I'm going to stay where I am, keeping an eye out there. Once I hear somebody like come to or through the window, I'll toss like a quick glance that way to make sure it's them.
Okay.
But I'm not going to engage with them. If I see them coming through the window or whatever, I will immediately leave the room and start trying to look down to the next room down the hallway, or if there's no room down the hallway, down the stairs. I'm not entirely sure the layout, so.
So you, with that also perception check that you made, it does not seem that whoever may or may not be up here still doesn't seem to be coming this way. So they either didn't hear it or maybe they're just asleep. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Jimmy and Ellie. Why do I keep
Emmy,
calling you? Emmy. You make it up. You realize you're making noise, but as you make your way up and look into the window is open, and you do not see anybody there. It does not look like anybody is there. It doesn't sound like anybody is there. Do you just head in?
I go right in.
Yeah, we're gonna go in, and also, Emmy knows that Varys is there. Like, even though she doesn't see him there,
Right.
she
You know
knows.
he's in there somewhere. He told you to come up this way. The window's open.
Also, she knows
You've
how
been with him
ninja
enough.
he is at this
Yeah,
point.
you've been with him enough that you know he's probably somewhere around. This isn't the first time he's done this.
And Jimmy, in like his best stage whisper, is like, "Oh man, look at this fucking great carpet."
All
Oh
right.
no!
Let me just make a roll real quick.
Ugh,
Jimmy.
to get better taste while you're at it. Oh wait, no, she says, be quiet. And also, you could get better taste while you're at it.
Cool. Before we move on to what happens next, Caligari, you watch them across the street. You watch them climb up because you can still see it's on the side of a building. You can see them climbing up the fire escape, and as you are continuing to see, you see them step into the window and disappear from sight. Do you just kind of wish to stay on the other side of the road and keep an eye on the building that they're in, and maybe if you see something, go across the street?
I want to talk to bats.
Talk to bats.
I want to find some bats.
Who
and
doesn't?
Hang out with them. I can't punch them to death because they're all up in the air. It's much
We will get to your batness in a minute then, because I don't know if there are bats in the club area.
Oh, don't worry. She's batty enough.
Yeah.
In Chicago, I'm not sure about the bats, but like when it comes to places like Austin, bats are just everywhere at night. Like,
All right.
Or
Bats
New
are
York.
everywhere. Bats are just everywhere.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
bats are everywhere.
We'll say it doesn't take you long. You see a bat. Are you trying to like
I would say that they're much harder to talk to than
You want-
rats. So.
talk to? Oh, they might be similar.
Or like much harder to
Spot.
get.
Spot. Okay.
Because they're much more rare. Like rats are everywhere, but then like pigeons are everywhere, but bats are a little more rare.
Gotcha.
But I'm going for it.
All right.
Pigeons is sleeping right now. Like they're not.
That's
fun.
true. That's very, very true. We'll get to that. We'll get to your batness in a
Sure.
second then. Let's get to that in a second. So you go into the window, Scott. When you see them coming up to the window, you can see them coming. You do see it's Jimmy and Emily.
Okay.
So you just
I immediately head out to see if there's anybody going to be, rolling my eyes because Jimmy is fucking loud. I immediately head out, staying on this floor if that seems appropriate, staying on this floor to see if there's anybody up here. So I don't know if I have to roll to keep quiet with my feet or if...
Yep, you're going to need to keep being stealthy and quiet. No penalties to your stealth or anything like that.
Cool. Thanks for not penalizing me, Daddy.
No problem. I'm still feeling out the rules too, so I don't know when it's ideal to take away dice yet.
Never. Never. Two successes.
So you see them in the window, you see them climbing in or about to climb in, you're like, okay, that's my cue, I'm gonna go look. As you step out the door, you can pretty clearly hear behind you, that's a fucking nice rug. And it's very clear somebody else heard that as well. Because you hear movement 2 doors down on your left. So the way this hallway is laid out is as you exit the door, there is actually like a wall. So you're exiting the door. There's a wall in front of you, and to your right, there is the end of the hallway, but there's a door leading into another room. To your left, shortly after the wall ends, is a balcony that looks over some area in the house. And there's 2 other doors on your left-hand side, both closed. But you're pretty sure the one on the end, the second door, is just a creak open. And you're pretty sure the noise is coming from over there.
Okay. I'm not going to make them aware because Jimmy is a really good distraction. So if you're saying it was the one over there, and you said there was one between me and where that one is, correct?
Correct. There is another room between.
But that's shut.
That is shut.
Fuck.
And you hear movement. You don't know how much movement. You don't know if it's one. You don't know if it's 2.
Is there any gap of hallway behind that door? Like, does the hallway go even like a foot or 2 past the door that...
The final door? No, it does not. It just hits the wall, and then stairs are immediately on the right that go down.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go all the way to it. I'm going to make my way all the way to the other side of the door. Even if it's like 1 step on the step beneath it or whatever. So I'm going to be on the stairs so that if they come out and they hear noises, he goes this way. I'm going to be behind him, assuming male.
Sure.
Because I don't think I made out gender when when we were.
You saw in the doorway, you assumed it was like a male figure, but that's, I mean, that could be just one of who knows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Excuse me there. So you go to the stairs quietly. You made your stealth check already. It's very shortly that the door does swing open. And as you look, there is that big dude that you're pretty sure it's the same guy that you saw from before. Mm-hmm. He's got a pistol in his hand, and he's wearing like a tank top and like ripped up like jean shorts. He looks like he's straight out of the fucking 90s. He's got like a buzz cut, and he's clean shaven. However, if you peer behind him, the room behind him is relatively small, and there's another person back there. That person seems to be sitting in a chair. Doesn't seem to be caring 2 damn shits about what's going on.
Can I make a... Go ahead.
I say the minute the guy walks away and leaves the door open and you can see him in full view, the hairs in the back of your neck prickle a little bit, and it doesn't feel normal.
Gotcha. Cool. So this guy that walked past me, is there any chance I can kind of do the whole, because I know the effects of the abilities and everything I have, is there any way I can do the whole reach my arm around, grab him by the chest and just sink my teeth into his neck? I do the whole like bear hug him to me, and
it would be there is a rule for doing that.
It's brawl and strength, I think.
To grapple. Yeah. But that's gonna bring you right out of stealth.
It is, but I'm getting the drop on him.
Yes,
getting the drop on him, saying getting the drop on him.
Just a big old vampiric noogie.
Yeah. Give me a buddy.
Absolutely, yes, you can. You're gonna catch him by surprise, so I don't think you're gonna get any penalties off of it. However,
do I get bonuses for catching him off guard?
Yes. So the way this is going to work, however, just so you're clear, is just once you bite somebody, that doesn't mean that they automatically fall into pleasure. If they don't want it happening, they will fight every turn.
Cool.
Just so you know. But yes, we'll give you a +1.
Awesome. By the way, I have fighting finesse, so I'm using dexterity. So like my hold isn't like pure strength. It's like a kung fu hold. So +1.
Yep.
Okay. Is this a dexterity plus brawl, not an attack roll? Adding a 1 modifier.
Okay, you succeed.
Succeed.
You catch him by surprise, so he's not gonna. This
nom.
first turn, he's not gonna try and fight it. Like he can't fight it, and you just reach around him, like you said, one over the shoulder and one underneath his other arm, and pull him in really quickly. And before you even have the chance to say anything, you bare fangs, and you just sink him into him, getting yourself immediately 1 point of vitae for the first turn.
Thank you.
We're at 1 a.m. We're about to go into combat, and I feel like it's interesting. I don't know if I want to stop here or not. Do you guys want to resolve this combat real quickly before we move on? You guys cool with continuing for a little bit? All right, Nika, what I want you to do is roll me a wits plus composure in this moment, and then we're all gonna roll initiative, which is 1d10 plus Dex.
Initiative is 1d10 plus. It's not just dexterity.
Sorry, I meant to say give me a +1 on that.
It's
wits, very specific. You're looking for something very specific. Yes, you, Nika. Yep. So re-roll that with a +1. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say wits plus
Isn't that
composure.
cheating?
I forgot to tell you it's a +1. It's my bad. Cool. I will tell you what you see in a minute. You got the 1. That's all that matters. You said, Scott, it's a...
And success was had.
Finally!
On this night in Chicago.
I know it's the greater of dex and no, that's armor. I think it's wits plus composure.
I don't think it is.
I'm almost positive. John?
Hang on. I'm popping open the book real quick.
Okay.
For
I'll
initiative.
Google.
Had I known, I would have put more in composure.
I think it's roll a die and you add like dex and composure.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's at the beginning of combat, roll a die for your character and add his dex and composure scores.
So dex
to
and
the roll.
composure, not
Crushed
wits
it.
and composure. Gotcha.
Everybody here, do me a favor, roll a
This is the
D10.
same number for me, so I was like, eh. I think there's a way to roll initiative in this, though, isn't there? Is there a way to highlight initiative?
Don't know.
No? I guess it's just a simple roll then. Okay, simple roll.
Did it.
And it's going to be I said +1, so I have an +8 to my roll.
So it's dex plus composure
Plus the whatever you roll on your 1d10.
2 successes.
plus the whatever.
Oh,
you
wait.
mean the plus the initiative, which mine
I
is
did
3
that
plus 0. So
It's dex plus composure plus
I
the
did that
d10 that you roll.
Sorry.
so no mod.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have 2.
No,
You
Mathas,
don't roll dex plus composure. You roll a d10 and then you add the dots to that roll. So just roll a flat
1
d10
D10
and then add
plus
your total dots of dex plus composure
3.
to that roll.
Exactly. It works kind of like Dungeons and Dragons initiative. There you go.
Alright, there's no way for me to easily show everyone's rolls, so
I'm gonna keep track of it on my own word pad here. So tell me what yours. So Nika has a 7.
I have a Jimmy has a 10, and Scott has an 18, and Emmy has a 4.
Emmy has a 4,
So,
and then
That's
mine.
everybody.
Emmy, no.
It's okay.
You're not fighty, right?
I have what?
You're not fighty. So
No,
you don't
I'm not
actually need to
fighting.
roll good.
How I fight is I tell other people to fight each other.
Okay, that seems successful.
Okay. So Jim, what's your flat dex score right now?
My flat dex score is 2.
2. Okay, you're gonna go before this guy who also has a 10. Cool. Okay,
Oh,
so before we get into
dex is
combat,
bad.
what I want you to, what I was rolling for you to see, Nika, is that you're watching the window. You know that they're there, and you're kind of keeping an eye out for bats, but you also know that there's shit supposed to go down there. Lights are on. You can see the second floor, and out of nowhere, you can see it. Like you can see this guy walking a little silhouette, and all of a sudden, a violent jerk, and another silhouette appears, and very clearly something violent is happening on the second floor. Who is it?
Violent jerk. Is that Varys?
Oh, a violent jerk it? A violent take the jerk off? Take the jacket off?
Yeah.
Jacket off.
Check it off, man.
I'm gonna put my jacket back on. Okay? We're gonna put it back on. It's combat. I need this.
I
So-
book it over there. I go
Okay.
over there.
We'll do that on your turn. Scott is actually going to be the first one.
Okay. I have no intention of murdering this person, so I would just like to. I'd like to drink them a little bit more. I got my
So
was
it's
it Killer
opposing
Clowns Outer
strength
Space
plus
Straw?
brawl rolls, I believe.
What is it?
I think it's opposing strength plus brawl rolls, but you have finesse fighter, so it's gonna be different for you, I think.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do.
real quick, just to make sure. Again, apologies, everybody. Apologies as we
How dare you?
grapple 157.
Every time you go to look at your book, it just looks like you're looking at your crotch. I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah,
You're
what
just
up
like-
down there, buddy?
You're like,
How's
is
it
it
going?
down there? I can't find it.
Hey,
Like-
that's what I'm looking for.
It's a struggle.
He eventually finds what he needs, though. He eventually finds what he needs.
Are you trying to immobilize him, render him prone, damage him? We're assuming you're just trying to.
I'm just drinking. Glug glug glug
Yeah,
glug.
so like damage opponent. It is strength plus brawl.
is that how it works for?
Success is
Yeah, it
achieved
is.
on
Yeah.
damage opponent, strength plus brawl, blah, blah. Yeah. Bites his victim. Yeah, exactly. So damage is strength plus brawl. He's going to have his own, but he is going to probably suffer a penalty because he's also trying to fight off the kiss of the drink, more or less. So roll yours, Scott.
Okay. So Dex plus brawl for me. On, it was loading. There you go. Bam. Wait, oh, sorry, I was still in simple roll. Sheet roll. Bastard.
I was like, damn, you rolled 0 dice for 0 successes. Surprise.
No, I'm so thirsty. So thirsty. I just want to drink you.
So you sink your fangs into him and you get one good gulp out of him before he he's fighting and he just wrestles himself his teeth out of you and he's like, fuck you, and he just gets ready to fight.
These Capri Sun, man, they're so
He is
tricky.
Capri Sun. However, Jim, you hear fuck you, it's your turn. You hear fuck you and something happening in the hallway.
So I think Jimmy's going to go into the hallway.
Yep.
So I can see Varys, who's trying to drink a guy, and then is there someone else beyond that?
You not in your sight. It
Okay.
was in the other room, but that Scott saw, but that's it.
Okay. You good? What's going on? Jimmy's like,
So Jim steps out and he sees Varys just recently losing control over who he grappled, and Jim's like, "We good? Is everything good? Is that gonna be your turn? You're just gonna leave it at that? Like a
I'm gonna block this guy. Like I'm gonna keep him from getting out.
Right, gotcha.
And
So
if
you're
he
standing in
He
The
comes at
room.
me.
Poof. The room. Poof.
I'll say.
So that's Jim's turn. The next turn, nothing happens on that turn. And then we go to this guy who is now trying to turn around and completely break free of the grapple at this point. So strength plus brawl, Scott.
And once again, can I do Dex or is it strength because it's his?
It's strength because you're trying to hold him down.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, you can, Nika. You're up in a second.
Woohoo!
Okay. You actually maintain control over him. Well, you maintain within the grapple on him. He's fighting. He's trying to break free, but you have him in your clutches still. He is not going anywhere. It's Nika's turn. She said she was booking it across the street. Yeah, I'm more or less gonna say her turn is double move, going through and there she is. There she is. So it's your turn, Nika. We were saying you wanted to.
The P. Yes.
You were running across, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Commitment.
No problem.
Just two motions.
Yep. You move across. Got it. We'll say at that point you're gonna get to the door. No problem.
Good now.
Yeah. Go. You're good. After Nika, it's bottom of the order. It is Maggie's turn. Maggie, you hear this commotion. Jim steps outside. He says everything good, and then he kind of like takes this like defensive stance, like I'm not gonna let you through. What do you do?
I guess I'll go out there. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Okay.
Right?
And you see Varys struggling with somebody.
Okay. I am going...
The guy is clearly bleeding from a bite mark. You can see it.
Okay, I'm going to tell him to stop moving. So with my dominate...
Lock eyes and dominate him?
Yeah. So that is... Give me 1 second to go down this command.
She accidentally looks me in the eyes. Now I'm dominated.
Intimidation and dominate.
It's... Yep.
Okay. She's going to be like, stop. Like, just simply. Or stop moving. Oh, no.
You try. You do your best. You keep saying to stop, but you just can't get eye contact with him. He's too busy wrestling with Varys, and no matter how hard you try, you're like, stop it. He's not paying attention to you whatsoever. He's too busy trying to get the thing off of his back.
Damn humans, they never listen.
I thought he liked it when I bit him. I thought I bite him and he goes, oh.
It does. It feels good, but it doesn't. They're not entranced. They don't fall into an entrancement. They just, if they want to fight back, they just take a penalty. But now, no, Scott, it's your turn.
I gotcha.
It's your turn.
I didn't exactly approach it in a ooh kind of way.
No. You were like, I'm gonna fucking bite your ass.
All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. Again, just to clarify, am I rolling strength or dex?
It says strength plus brawl in the rules for grappling.
Fighting finesse does not work around that?
I don't think so. I'm going to say no for right now.
That's perfectly fine. Then I will work with that and we'll worry about it for next stream.
Correct.
Cool. Gotcha. Rolling. I'm hungry. It's like that Wendy's line is just way too fucking long. And you're like, I don't know. Taco Bell looks empty.
And with that failure, you try. And this dude is just too... You're fast. There's no doubt about it. You're quiet. You're fast. But this dude is just outbrooting you. And finally, he breaks free of your grip and is able to move on his own volition. And then that's your turn. Then we go to Jim. So Jim, he breaks free from Varys's grip right in front of you. He's got a pistol in his hand and he's bleeding from the neck.
I'm just gonna step up and I'm gonna lay into him.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
Punch the shit out of him.
This is Varys. This is Jim's thing.
I'm a boxer, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give up.
And he's not wearing any armor, so he doesn't get a defense bonus on this.
Right. I'm going to step up and I'm going to lay out 2 punches, just really straightforward. 1-2, side of the skull. See if he goes down.
And that does what do you call it? Bashing?
Yes. Yeah, it does bashing damage.
Because he's taken 1 lethal so far.
Bad day for him. And so I'm doing a double attack because of the boxing merit. So the first attack is at normal, and the second attack is at -1.
Okay.
And does he have a defense? What's his defense score?
1.
Okay, so I'll take -1. Hopefully this thing accepts negative inputs. It do.
Okay, so you do 4 on the first hit. Is that both hits?
Jesus!
One more, and he would have been downed.
Was that both attacks?
No, that's the first attack.
Oh, all right. So you got another one then.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
let's go.
Another 2.
That's it.
So he just gets hammered with bashing damage.
That's not bad because I also did the 1 to him. That's 7. That's an average person, right?
That means so when they take full bashing, they don't go. Do they go down?
People have to make a check or pass out.
Okay, gotcha.
Vampires do not.
He's gonna start taking penalties anyways because all.
Oh
his
yeah,
dogs
he's
are
already
filled.
taking penalties.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Minus 3s, I think.
Brutal.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! He goes down. You lay into him really hard. You clench your fist and you just with all your might, and it's unnatural, inhuman might into his gut, and then as he keels forward with your left hook, you hit him right in the chin, and without even anything, his body just goes limp and collapses to the floor with such a thunk because of how built this guy is. Seeing someone like you just take him out would be an impressive sight. No question.
And then I look up at Varys and I'm just like, "Are you good?"
The room. There's someone. I think he's tied to the chair.
Yes. Someone's tied to the chair. Initiative's still going, and except I'm not tied to the chair. And so he steps out. This man steps out into the hallway. He is wearing just a t-shirt and regular jeans, not raggedy jean shorts, just regular jeans. But the three of you see him, and you know immediately he is not mortal. He is very clearly a kindred. Doesn't strike fear into you in any way. However, it's just clear that he's there. He stands there in a very calm manner. He has a pistol like hanging on his side, but he's not holding it or anything. He has it kind of just like tucked into his jeans. And he just kind of crosses his arms and he just looks at the three of you. And he just locks eyes with Varys being the one closest. Is he dead?
No, and he won't be. And I do intend to drink from him again.
I'm not going to stop you. There's three of you and there's one of me. What the hell do you want?
We're looking for a guy named Alex.
He looks
Well-
like this.
And she takes out her phone and she holds it up to his face.
Thank you, Emmy.
He'll reach forward as he takes the phone. As he takes the phone, we're going to cut to Caligari. You are at the front of the door. You heard some rumbling. You heard a collapse. And then all of a sudden, doesn't sound like there's anything violent, but you do hear murmurs. You hear voices. And you're pretty sure some of them are your companions from earlier.
I bust open the door, if you'll allow me as such.
I will give it to you. I will let you.
Do I see them?
The door like takes a couple kicks. You're like, it's a one, and it's like, motherfucker. Two, and I'm gonna say if you want to break it down on the third hit, you burn a vitae just to boost your strength for one round.
Okay, I am soup strong though, yo.
Are you? I don't know what your stat. I have another character open.
My strength is 4.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm a Nosferatu. Like,
Okay. Yeah. No, we'll say on like the third.
Very occasionally.
Boom, boom. You hear a crack, and then one last. Gah! The door cracks and it swings open, just kind of like hanging on its hitches. And as you look into the kitchen and living room area, you can see up one guy standing there, Varys, Emmy, and Jim behind Varys. And as you see the guy standing there, you get the same feeling, the shivers down your spine, hair and neck. That's a vampire. However, you also, being perceptive and knowing what you just did, can hear some people behind you saying, "Did you see that? She fucking kicked that door out. Ridiculous. Is she sick? She doesn't look normal." And then they kind of meander off and whatnot.
All I do is I'm gonna end my turn just screaming, "Why the fuck are we here?"
Oh, hi.
Because I have no idea why everyone's here right now, but I need to know. So
Well, you know you're looking for a guy.
yeah, and that's not fucking him.
Yeah. So he
Why the fuck are we here?
as you kick the door in and burst it, and he's kicking the phone, he actually gets startled by the door blasting open, and you walk in, and very like there's an innate like cringe to him, like, oh god, like Nosferatu, like, oh no.
I love it.
And he looks up to Varys and
no.
said, 4 of you. Really, they sent 4 of you. And he holds the phone.
As Caligari comes in, Emmy's like,
Oh, hi, Callie.
She doesn't respond. She wants some goddamn answers.
So she actually turns to you, Caligari, with the phone, and he says, "You're here for him." And he holds the phone to like show the picture that you very clearly know is Alex, because you saw the picture, even though you don't have a phone. They showed it to you. Yeah, I know him. We can talk in the other room. And he just hands the phone back over to you. Just leave my man alive. That's all I ask.
Emmy's gonna check to make sure he's alive.
He is.
I know he's alive. I still haven't drank from him yet, so you might want to check him after I'm done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can check
I
after.
close the door.
I imagine Caligari steps in, she grabs the door. It's off its hinges a little bit. She's like, "Come on, I'm just gonna put it back in."
I don't know if you missed this
Take it
earlier,
back,
Nika,
dude.
but it's a metal. It's like a big metal door. Like he has it.
It's
Again.
probably hollow.
It's
I like to imagine the door is just like kind of crooked,
It'll be
like
fine.
leaning.
doesn't bother me at all.
I mean, that'll patch right up. You can fix that.
Yeah.
but-
So
Fine.
he walks into the room that you guys saw him in, and he kind of meanders. And there's like a plastic chair in the back, and like a mattress by itself just on the floor, like sitting there, and really nothing else in this room. Though you haven't checked the other 2 rooms that haven't been opened yet. He kind of stands in the doorway, waiting for you all to come in first. He doesn't shut the door on you. I'm assuming you all go into the room.
yeah, I'll go in.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't feel like this. Seeing him doesn't instill fear in you. You don't
Okay.
feel like he's more powerful than you are.
I want to like when we walk in the room. Is there anything that looks odd in the room other than the plastic
There's
chair, which is definitely weird?
No, nothing other than the bed and the plastic chair and there's some snack
Emmy
wrappers.
wants
Like
to use the spirit's touch and just touch as she's like leaning casually on the plastic chair. Use the spirit's touch.
on the plastic chair.
Yeah.
That gives you, depending on your successes, like insight onto that chair.
Yeah, like the experiences that that chair has had and the people around. Like I basically get visions of what has
Share
happened
experiences.
in that chair before.
Is there a time limit? Like how long ago you've seen?
I think
you
it
see
depends on how high I roll.
Is that Auspex?
It's wits plus occult plus aspects.
Hold on, this is not the
Yeah.
shag carpet room, is
Wits
it?
plus
No,
me
this is
it's
not the
not
shit.
chill.
Okay, okay, good. To say
Plus
no.
aspects.
Chair has seen some shit.
Okay, I got it open. So make your roll.
Okay, I'll make my roll.
Her young mind. It's too much.
A 4
Too much
success.
shag.
Okay, you got 4 successes. So
Okay.
a success yields a sense of the previous handler or owner's identity, as well as a reliable vision or sense of the memory in question. So you touch this chair, and very quickly you start getting flashes. You start getting flashes of the guy who's unconscious in the hallway, sitting in it, eating snacks in it. Looks like conversations. You can't make them out. But it definitely, that chair definitely belongs to the guy that's out cold in the hallway. No
Okay.
question.
So this room is probably that guy's room or something.
Probably. You could probably take a
All
guess.
right.
So
And he's been sitting in it for a while. Like,
yeah, see, this is like his thing he's been chilling in. So the 4 of you win, and when he as you each walk in, he obviously is eyeing you up and down, not in an aggressive, I'm gonna kick your ass way, but in a like just kind of understanding you way. And when Caligari walks in, he takes a couple steps back just to like give you some space to walk in. Is it respectful, or is it because you're gross? It's probably because you're gross, but you could see it as respect. He at least tries to pass it off as respectful.
To me, the same thing.
Exactly.
It's either disgust or respect, and you better respect the disgust. So just
So he looks and he's like, so 4 of you.
She owns it.
And we got, from the looks of how things were working, a Chicago Savage, and he points to Jim, a Haunt, pointing over to the Nosferatu, a Shadow, and a young business girl. Clearly not understanding, only seeing her do one thing and attempting maybe to dominate, but hasn't really seen her in action. And you want to know where Alex is.
Young business girl. That's awesome.
yeah, we want to know where Alex is. I'm sorry. This would be easier with names. I'm Jimmy. People call me Jimmy P. No? Yes?
I'm the haunt.
He looks at you and he looks at Caligari and he's like, and I guess tonight you can call me useful. All right, let's
That is a
chat.
shitty name, useful.
I like it.
I mean, it's kind of useful.
And with that, he crosses his arms and he kind of leans up against the wall, and camera fades to black, and we'll pick up here next week. Sorry, we went a little longer because we did lose like 20 minutes. I apologize. I didn't know where was a good place to stop.
Yeah, no, do you do. Of course.
Definitely.
Stupid technical difficulties.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for joining. It was really, really fun to DM, and holy crap, I forget how on your toes you have to be as a DM when you do these things. So I'm like, this is how it's gonna go, and then I'm like, no.
You did amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you, Nika.
you were doing
Thank
great.
you.
It's pretty
Amazing.
awesome.
Totes
Dude.
Fabulous.
amazing. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I fucking love vampire rule sets, so we'll have some fun. We should be
It's
back
great.
next.
It's great because vampire is more about storytelling, less about rules.
Right.
It's one of those things that don't get hung up on the rules. Who gives a shit? You know what I
Right.
mean? Just go with it. Go with the story. Your story seems to be starting sharp.
I love that
you know what I mean?
Rats-
Like,
I
it's
love
awesome.
this.
Like I'm enjoying this.
I love that
So,
Rats is a fucking command in chat.
It's
And
awesome.
says, "Bitch ass uptown rats."
Bitch
And
ass uptown rat.
it's a gif of Nika going.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good.
You-
I love
like-
it.
Mathis,
like
you should do Stacy in chat. You'll
Stacy.
appreciate that one.
Stacy?
I think it's
yeah,
like
do Stacy in chat, and click that.
Oh, woohoo, woo girls.
No,
Oh,
what-
Where's Stacy?
yo, come on now,
Where's
bachelorette party.
Stacy?
You know, there's always a
That's
bachelorette
really
party.
good.
Every time.
Oh.
that was what you did when you were like,
Yeah, that's what they were doing, man. They were drunk. That's how they were dancing. I'm sorry. That's just how it was going.
It's really good.
I hope you guys had fun. We're gonna go around the room, find what people are doing this week, and what you guys going on whatever channels you are doing. And like I said, we'll be back next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. I had a super good time, and I hope next week is equally fun. Starting with Scott. Scott, what you got going on this week, man? Where you got?
less on Friday than I usually do because Roll For It's taking a little bit of a break, so I'm not playing that. But tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I am actually taking a break between chapters on my regular Friday night show. We're doing a fun little one-shot thing over on twitch.tv/StaleRickMaster. But more important than that, on Wednesdays, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays, we're doing a Mass Effect tabletop stream that I put together the rules for, and I'm going to be GMing, which is going to be awesome. We just did the character creation. The VOD's going live for that tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow on the YouTube channel. Sweet. And then that ends at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, but then we go live again where I'm playing in a game that my buddy Ollie is DMing over on his Twitch channel. So that's me, as well as the other
busy tabletop
stuff.
boy.
Yeah, lots of tabletops. I love them.
Good shit. Awesome. Nika, what you got going on this week?
That's a really good question. So I have a bunch of more or less private D&D games that I'm doing almost every night ever now. So 4 out of the 7 days. I've learned this purely by accident because I'm trying to figure this stuff out, and then I'm just like, oh, but there's no days that I can actually stream. So I'm going to be DMing a new thing. If there's one thing that I can and do want to promote, there is a Twitter that I do. It's a Choose Your Own Adventure Twitter called @TweetVenture.
That sounds so good.
So I'm going to post it in chat. So Twitter @_tweetventure. And I work on that more or less when I can. I don't think it entered. There we go. I do that, and it's probably the most fun project that is visible that I'm working on right now, apart from this one, because people are like fucking hype about this. When I just mentioned it, everyone's like, oh, I want to watch
Your
it.
adventure.
Technically, this is the exciting thing that I'm doing this week.
Yeah.
And next. But also just, hang out with Tweet Venture sometimes. I should be wrapping up this one soon, just to get people more into it. But Choose Your Own Adventure Twitter is another thing that I do, which is very fun. So follow that shit. I'm out.
Did we lose Mike? We lost Mike.
I think he's gone.
That's okay. John, what are you doing?
John!
I miss
John,
Mike
who are you?
already. I don't know how to go
I
on
love the
without him.
icon that says, "You are the host now," and I'm like, "Well, John."
It's okay. He's alive. He just texted me. He's alive.
Take
It's okay.
control.
Oh, good.
It's okay.
If he
What
returns,
is it?
he'll go back in that spot.
Assuming direct control.
Yes, exactly.
Whoa!
Hey, hey, whoa! Is it real? Is he real?
We moved on
What
to John.
happened?
I'm so happy he's back.
My internet
Moved on to
died.
John.
John was really
That's
sad.
interesting. John.
I was really sad.
Hey, I'm sure you were.
When I recover emotionally from Mathas going away for just a moment, I will be shitposting aggressively on Twitter @JohnBolds, and also my Twitch is John Bolds, and I'm bringing it back. I haven't used it in a while, but I'm bringing it back. So I'll stream.
Bring back that
Just-
Twitch. Bring
Just
it
go
back.
follow it, and you'll get the notification and all that kind of stuff.
What do you
Ooh.
normally
Yeah,
stream?
what is it?
So I'll stream a lot of strategy games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So single player or with friends?
Usually single player, but I'm going to try and recruit some people and try and get a Europa Universalis multiplayer stream going. So
Oh,
that should be
hundreds of hours of my life gone from that.
I have heard the most amazing things about that game.
I wish I
It's
had
going
the
to
time.
be I just really like maps and changing the color on the map.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
Never mind
It's
the death
basically
of
my
tens of
favorite
thousands. Changing the color.
So good. So good.
So yeah, and I'll probably stream some writing. I do background writing for video games. So you may see some of that on there.
Nerd.
Awesome.
Vegas nerd.
I can say that because I know John. So
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Also, we're literally streaming role-playing games, so we're all nerds.
Yes, exactly. So
I mean, yes.
And I'll be there with my dog.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cutie.
Papillon? No, what is it?
He's a mutt.
Yeah, he's a cute ass mutt.
He's Chihuahua, Papillon, and long-haired Dachshund. We think.
He is really not impressed with you right now.
Maybe?
We're
No,
just-
he's really mad.
like,
You
oh.
breaking.
Aw.
So
Awesome. Do we do Maggie yet?
No.
Nope.
now
Go
She's
for it,
next.
Maggie.
All right. Hi. This was awesome. So thank you, Nika and John, for being
Yes.
awesome,
thank you.
amazing guests on the
Are you
show.
kidding
I
me?
think this is pretty rad. This is my first time playing Vampire the Requiem, and I'm loving it so far. I love the storytelling aspect of it and stuff. And of course, the vampire stuff is pretty awesome.
You're
Being
fucking
a 9-year-old
killing them.
vampire, probably the creepiest thing. I don't know how I feel about it.
it's super creepy.
That was
It's
so
creepy.
good. The whole like,
I saw someone slip something into someone else's drink, so I drank him.
and I was just like, oh my god.
Her thing is that she's like she wants to be like a good person, right? So she will seek out like
yeah.
these bad people and then like fuck with them. Like that's her thing.
I did have the question though. Did you get rid of the drink that he slipped to the other guy?
No,
No,
she
you
Oh,
didn't.
just
no,
you
I didn't.
got the guy and took off. So like drugged drink is still
Close.
there. I wasn't gonna tell you that, but I was just like,
I think she was too distracted. You know, it's okay.
Gee, that person that took a couple sips accidentally meandered into the Woo Girl party. Turned out well. Turned out well.
There you go.
we figured out
They
where
found
Stacy
Stacy.
No. Wait. They found Stacy's mom.
Oh.
I've heard of Stacy's mom. Actually, Stacy's mom would probably still be there, and she'd be like in the middle of the dance floor. You would always know where
Yeah,
she's.
you would.
Stacy, she can lose.
true.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much. This was really rad.
Thank you.
And this weekend, I'm actually going to be running a tournament for Blade and Soul, so I'll be running that broadcast for their Season 2 Invitational, and the winners of that, with all of their fighting points, gets to go to our regional tournament, and I get to run the regional tournament broadcast, so that's pretty exciting. And those are for $330,000, so that to me is like a pretty cool thing that I get to be a part of.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
behind the
awesome.
scenes, not on camera, but yeah.
Blade and Soul team game.
Blade and Soul is an MMORPG, but they have a PvP arena.
Okay, so it's a team arena,
Yes,
or
it's,
is it?
it's a
what?
3v3, but there's also 1v1 aspects in it. But
Oh,
it's like a
fantastic.
Capcom
That's, like,
versus
split
Marvel.
between-
The 3v3
like a
is like
fair
Capcom versus Marvel because you tag in your teammates.
Oh, really? Oh, that is so good.
Yeah. it's
But
fun.
like the prize pool is split between like the people on the team. That is incredible.
Oh,
That's, like,
this prize pool is split between NA and EU. So I'll be actually traveling to Germany for Gamescom for the Germany part, and then for North America, I'll be actually at PAX. So
hydrate.
It's gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then this Saturday, I will also be streaming on my channel. We're gonna do some more art. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna paint some more shit. I was painting
yeah.
space last time. We'll see if I paint more space stuff. And then we redo all the things again. And I come back on here on Lost Initiative on Tuesday, so you have to tune into that
God,
at 6
there's
p.m.
another
PDT,
frickin-
same time. And we do
We
D&D
left
instead.
Oh, this is such a tense part. If
Dude.
you are not watching Tuesday's show, you need to. It's
All I have to
so
say
good.
is fuck you, Mathas, and your goddamn natty 20s and the most
He's
fucking
saying that
opportune
because
moments.
he fucking bad
Always,
touched somebody.
every time, every fucking time. I'm like, this is a great moment. This is amazing. Mike's like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with this. Natural 20.
Anyway.
So
thank
on
us
the
for
other
watching.
show, the tides are turning. Dowrick is the GM and Mathis is a player. So just giving you some context.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. For me, simple stuff. You can tweet the show at Lost in It Show on Twitter. There's a subreddit for Lost Initiative Show as well, where fan art and discussions for the episodes take place. People just swing by there. Personal stuff tomorrow. I've got one of the funniest episodes of Judge Mathis I've ever done going live tomorrow. So go to youtube.com/Judge Mathis Games to check out a funny review of the garbage game called Wacky Funsters. It's from 1993. It's a DOS game, and it's so fucking terrible. You should go watch it. It's hilarious.
It sounds incredible.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It was painful to finish. And then VODs for the show go up on youtube.com/MathisGames. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye.